Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to WrestlingGab. I'm Travis, and we are watching Monday Night Raw. It is that time of the day. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Looks like we're starting off Raw with The Miz, Mr. Money in the Bank. Let's listen in to see what Miz has to say. The most watched show in WWE history. All right, we got Drew McIntyre looking like he's going to be on Miz TV. Here he comes. Is it going to be the real one? Or is it going to be the wee one? Looks like it's the real one. So we are starting the show out with Drew McIntyre. And there's the pyro. So no John Morrison, if you guys noticed. It's The Miz by himself. And now Drew McIntyre's out there. Miz is giving him a standing ovation. Drew McIntyre thrives when the pressure's on. If you ain't know, now you know. She's here. Can I call you Andy?
Why would he call him Andy?
Oh.
Because he's trying to call him Andrew.
He's with a big producer making a Bad Bunny diss track. Talking about the Hell in the Cell, or no, Elimination Chamber, not Hell in a Cell. That's my bad.
Is that what he's talking about? All right. Hey,
Statistically
everybody.
speaking,
How's
she's
everybody
bringing her
doing?
energy.
Can you keep your shit on your side of the?
Oh, is
Of
it
the
my phone over
couch?
there? What happened?
I don't know.
You're pushing buttons.
I didn't press anything. He'd be panicking.
He is very easy to panic. Has panic disorder. To turn on him.
To turn on him?
Well, yeah.
Why is he turning on him?
You didn't see that last week? He just bro kicked him. Or was that 2 weeks ago? That might have been 2 weeks ago. Sheamus kicked him right in the face. Can't remember if that was the beginning of the show last week or the week before. It is Walter's birthday.
It is. Happy birthday, Walter.
But he won't be here till 9.
Oh, I'll forget.
I wrote it at the bottom of my page. And he did not accept the challenge for the WWE Championship.
Really?
No.
Why not?
Because now it's going to be in Hell in a Cell against a whole bunch of dudes. Unless that's happening tonight. Nope. But there'll be other people in there.
Sorry, my brother's texting me about potato salad, that my mom never made potato salad. He's like, do you have the potato salad recipe?
Do you remember when she used to do it?
Remember when she used to make potato salad? She never made potato salad because the only potato salad she made my dad didn't like, and so she stopped making it. Yeah, all that good stuff. Anyways, we do have people in the chat. Hey, people in the chat. How
Yeah.
are you guys doing? We got Karina in the chat. We
Hey,
have
Karina.
Luke out there. Hey, Luke, how's it
Luke.
going, man? How are you doing on this fine Monday? Javier and John Dwyer. Fat Laces is out there with us. Ryoto, Mina McIntyre with us. We got Ninja out there. John Dwyer, Guy Dawson. Shout out to all you people. Ryoto.
What?
Who else we got? Who else? Some Mo. We've got him out there. Woo! Chris Akane is in the house. Woo! Everybody out there. Yay! All right. I think I got everybody. Everybody catch their name? Shout out to all y'all.
Like a sprint.
Big loves and all that good stuff.
The day after V-Day. Vengeance Day.
Yeah, all that good garbage. As Luke said, hi, Trav, and hi, Dalethea. Hello, Luke.
What?
How's it going out there?
Why are they whispering to each other? Oh, he headbutted him. McIntyre could not control his temper.
Maybe he just really, really, really wanted it.
Oh, he just threw Money in the Bank.
So, I take it that
Drew McIntyre has anger issues?
Drew McIntyre has anger issues, and he has no respect for any other pay-per-view stuff.
Other than his own?
Other than what it is for himself. So, he throws that Money in the Bank briefcase all the time. So, I consider that kind of disrespectful. Granted, The Miz is being disrespectful towards him.
Was he, though? He
To
had
a
him
certain
invited
degree.
him down to his show. He was whispering to him. He wasn't raising his voice.
But he throws it every single time.
Well, maybe he'll cash in. Maybe The Miz will cash in. Well, we'll get a new...
If he did, I hope he beats him over the head with a baseball bat.
You see that? He's feeling the pressure.
And cracks.
What?
How would you blame Andy?
How can you blame old Andy?
Can't blame Andy.
Can I call you Andy? That's what he said to him earlier.
I'm sure he said no. But Miz didn't listen. Your sister ate all my ice cream.
Look, there's a redhead in the back
Cow.
corner.
Yeah, it's probably your sister. Cow.
It's so many variables.
Ravi is in the chat. Hey, Ravi. It's like, Miz trying to rattle Drew, but Drew ain't falling for it. Actually, he did fall for it.
He
lost
got
his
pretty
temper.
rattled. He lost his temper,
So
headbutted him, and walked
If he wouldn't
off.
have gotten rattled, he would have just sat there and laughed in his face and then, but he didn't. Jordan Williams in the chat. Hey, Jordan. How's it going? Saying hello, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you.
Good to see you in here.
Ha, ha, ha. Luna's out there. Ha,
Old
ha,
Andy.
ha. Ninja doesn't know who the Andy person is. That's Miz's name for Drew McIntyre. Didn't you hear
He's a
him?
master strategist, but yet he keeps telling people what he's going to do. Is that his strategy? I feel like you don't tell people what you're going to do if you're trying to strategize.
You don't.
Hey, there's your...
My chocolates?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa. What happened?
With your crazy jerking of things, dog hair flying around. Jeez, man.
Calm down. Wackadoo.
You're a wackadoo.
Nah.
You're a Drew McIntyre right now.
Whatever. Would that
You're
be
like,
you?
"Ugh!"
You're the one freaking out.
I didn't freak out. I just didn't want dog hair in my food.
I'll whisper too.
Sure. Content being awesome. You go, Miz.
Look at his knuckles all bruised. Looks like he punched somebody in the face.
Ooh.
Miz has taken himself right out of it. He doesn't want that title shot at the Elimination Chamber match. He just withdrew himself.
Ooh. How's that gonna... What? That's weird.
Who are they going to add? Sorry, I got to go back through my notes to see who's in it. So we got Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Sheamus, and
Who's
maybe a
gonna be
Keith
now?
Lee.
Maybe.
That is a huge curveball thrown by The Miz. That's a
Nice.
Clayton Kershaw curveball right there.
Oh, Miz, you tell him where to stick it. I like it.
In your yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Ninja, as Rio was telling you, Andrew is Drew's real name. I don't know if that's his full name, but Miz asked Drew if he could call him Andy, and I don't think Drew liked it, and which is hilarious. Anyways, Rachel's like, Drew threw the Money in the Bank like Lesnar once threw the door of a car. Bad Bunny may cost Miz the Money in the Bank briefcase. Nah.
Possibly at WrestleMania.
I guess, but I think that would be really weird. He went through all that trouble to get it back.
Yeah, but Bad Bunny wasn't there then.
Yeah. Let's see. Javier's like, I feel that Drew is going to retain his title.
Yes, he's definitely going to win
the
Money in the Bank. But will he be able to beat The Miz after? Because right now it's starting to set up that Miz is going to be out of the match. So he can come in at the end of the match and win. Right, kind of pull a Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns isn't in the match either.
Right.
The winner has to wrestle Roman Reigns. And they're going to be exhausted. And maybe that's where Miz got the idea, because now Drew McIntyre's going to be exhausted, no matter who he's in there with.
Right.
And the Miz comes in at the bottom, at the end, cleans up, picks the bones, walks out champion, headlines WrestleMania. It's perfect.
I think Karina agrees with Javier. Ninja's like, so now they're probably going to replace him with either Leah Riddle, probably, maybe, who knows? Nobody knows. Chris Akane is like, Miz should said, I'm removing myself from WWE.
He did. He said bye.
He just removed himself from the elimination chamber. Karina says, I feel like we need a new WWE champion. We know Drew is like undefeated, but is he going to be champ forever? He's not a very good champion, I don't think.
You're not a fan? He's like that. He's like your vanilla ice cream. He's good.
No.
But there's nothing exciting.
My vanilla ice cream's better, and I had more of it, but somebody decided they would come over and eat it. Probably didn't even ask permission, which is rude. You don't do that in people's houses. I don't care if you know them.
Ding, ding.
Realtors like Bobby Lashley may get the Miz's spot or Keith Lee. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that would be weird. We're just like, Travis, did you forget to get on in the Thunderdome?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he sent the email earlier.
I'm going to have to set a damn reminder on my phone.
He was too busy letting his sister eat my ice cream.
Where is this? There. I don't know what it is. All right, so that's when we go live, and you said around 3, so Friday at 3. Wait, what's it called? Elimination? No, it's called something. Thunderdome.
Karina's like, it's so early, but I need to go to bed. I have school tomorrow and a big test. Wow. Hopefully you studied for your test. But thanks for hanging out with us for a little while there, Karina. Have a great night. Get some sleep. Rest your brain. Ninja's like, I like Drew, but to me, they pulled the trigger on him too early.
It's in my phone. So we were good. So Friday, I will be good to get on Thunderdome.
Okay. Simo's like, sorry I missed Friday. Was helping out in another stream. Don't worry about
That's
it. It's all right.
Life happens. Sometimes.
Did you watch it? Was someone here for the pay-per-view yesterday? For the NXT pay-per-view?
I don't know. I feel like nobody was here for the pay-per-view.
Did you watch the pay-per-view yesterday, Simo, Thomas? However you want me to tell you.
Yeah, nobody was really here yesterday. There was a few people, but it was really kind of one of our lowest watched live streams ever. I think we had like 100 views or something.
Well, that makes me feel like I'm wasting my time watching NXT pay-per-views. Thanks, guys.
It was all right. It was a good pay-per-view for the most part. Adam Cole looks like he might be on his fast track to the main roster.
Fat Lisa says, write Matt Fitness channel while you have your phone handy.
Do what?
Write Matt Fitness channel. Isn't he the one that did is doing that challenge? That jump rope challenge that Fat Laces was telling you about before?
I know what
Mat Fitness.
I get it, but what am I doing?
What do you want him to write? He asks, how is your jump roping routine doing? Well, if it wasn't snowing all the time.
We've got like 8 feet of snow, so.
He has lots of excuses built in.
Yeah. If my jump rope wasn't so thin, I probably could do it out there.
Chris Akati says, do you think Bliss is there tonight? No.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. There's a pay-per-view coming up in just a few days.
Ninja's like, okay, I've got to do something. See you on Wednesday. Oh, all right, Ninja. Hi, Weasley. Aaron, whoever you are today.
Potty people!
This is like, how's your... Oh, I already asked that.
Look at that. Triple threat match. Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley, and Riddle.
Oh.
At the Elimination Chamber. That's going to be sick.
Chris Akani's like, It looks like I'm cooking cheesy fried potatoes and onion and grilled chicken with wasabi, Greek seasoning, and chili pepper. Sweet. Sounds like a good dinner. I had potato bacon soup, and now I'm having ice cream and cake with the little bit of ice cream I had left. His rotten sister came over and left me because for some reason she thinks she can just come over and eat my food.
Riddle, Lucha House Party. I need to buy a real stopwatch. I know I used to have them, but I can't find it. And then I wanted to start timing and see how much actual wrestling's on Raw. I think it'll make it a fun day.
Well, your phones and stuff do that though, don't they? Stopwatches
possibly.
On your phone or something? I mean, you don't have to right now.
I'd have to try to find some sort of a timer setup.
Weezy's, how was your day today? Great. I had soup and I bought a mattress. Jamal says, I did. And I don't mind how you address me. You were shocked, I bet, with the end.
Yes. We're talking about yesterday's pay-per-view.
Oh. I'm like, what? I've forgotten already.
Yeah, it's basically, I'm assuming they're setting that up to fast track Adam Cole to the main roster because Vince wants Adam Cole on the main roster, but Triple H doesn't want to just let him go. So you can tell over the past 6 months or so, they've been slowly turning O'Reilly into the head of their group. Mm-hmm. Now Adam Cole kicks O'Reilly, so there's going to be a match between those two. Loser's going to end up leaving, which will be Cole. It passes the torch over.
Ryoto's like, I'll try and send it to you once I get it. What time zone are you on? I couldn't get on because I had no power. We're in Mountain Standard Time Zone. Mountain Time. That's not Pacific and not Central. It's Mountain. Rob is like, who do you guys think will win the U.S. title off Bobby? Bobby.
Guess that was the wrong type of timer to try.
That's my guess. Fat Lisa's like, oh, no worries. 8 feet, no bueno. It's not really 8 feet, but there's enough out there that it hinders doing any kind of outdoor activity called exercising with a jump rope.
Yeah, but I am getting exercise with shoveling.
Weasley's like, I'm watching Ready to Rumble. It's a wrestling movie with Arquette in it.
Yes, that's one of the ones that I was talking about yesterday.
Won the WCW title.
Fact.
Sure. Rochel's like, Matt, can you look at your email and tell me what you're going from me today, and I'll let you know what to click Friday. Who's Matt? Who's Matt?
The thing that he watches? The jump rope challenge?
That's Fat Lisa's with the jump rope challenge. Ryoto's different. He's the one trying to send you the stuff for the
Lucha House Party.
Smells like rivalry renewed between Cole versus O'Reilly, and I'm still waiting on Finn versus Cross. Ryoto's like, is this Lucha Bro Party?
Lucha Bro Party! Yeah, that's what it looks like, a Lucha Bro Party.
It's the Lucha House Party.
With
Lucha Bro Party. Oh, yeah. For the bros in there. We have, Ian Glazer in the chat. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Ian.
Says, I'm working at home at Bad Room New NASCARs in 2021. I'm done working today.
Ah,
I'm back. I'm back. Sweet, Ian. Good to see you back.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, that race went on all day yesterday because of delays and all sorts of stuff in Daytona.
Yeah, they started it at noon and had a rain. They only got like so far into it, had a rain delay, and then they had to start back up about 6:45 our time. I don't know how long it went because I didn't watch it. When I got there, they were still in the second phase.
Oh, Alexander was trying to get back in position.
He wasn't
there. He's like,
something.
oh shit. No, he was supposed to be behind him. He was going to go jump off the
ropes.
ropes.
So he was going to. And then he picked something up off of the ring and then had to scramble back into position. So he had something that he picked up in his hand.
Throws him into the corner. Oh! Hit him with that back handspring, I guess you'd call it. They are way off with their timing in this one, guys. It's like the ladies last night. Look at that. Benjamin snaps down Riddle. Catches El Dorado. Or Dorado, not El Dorado.
Right.
It's not the devil.
So I don't know if something
Grand Metalik
fell off of Cedric Alexander or something. But
I am also pausing the timer during commercials.
Well, you'd have to. So something fell off of somebody in the ring.
Awesome.
Okay. And Cedric Alexander, it must have been part of his stuff or something, went to grab it. And that's why he wasn't in place when he was supposed to be.
Was it his steroids?
I don't know. It was black, so I have no idea. Robbie says, do you guys think Shelton is underrated?
He's where he is. He's a little bit older, but I think he's where he's at. I think he was underrated years ago when he was younger. They could have used him a lot better. But now, where he's at, I think he's found his niche.
Oh, so Ryota said, yeah, Travis, can you look at your email and tell me what you're going from me today? And I'll let you know what to click Friday.
Yeah, I'll have to do it later because I have to push that one, I think. But I might have to go in through the server or whatever it's called, Google. Because I don't know how to actually check Google's mail.
Oh, right.
Like Yahoo just has mail.
Yeah.
But Google, it's like, I don't know why they don't just have an envelope. And maybe they do. I just don't know where it's at.
I don't really look at my Google, so I don't know. Weasley's like, I think Riddle is going to take the title off of Lashley. That's his thing.
Can you imagine if he takes the title off Lashley, yet he can't beat Lashley? Which means that he's going to have to beat Keith Lee to get the title off of Lashley.
Right.
That's going to be big. If anything, I could see Lee pinning Riddle and taking the title off of Lashley.
Ryoto's like, I couldn't send Travis. It wouldn't let me type your name, Travis. So now you're going to use his name extensively. That's good. Let's see. Rosella's in the chat. Hey, Rosella.
Hey,
Says
Rosella.
there's like 100 pounds of snow, right? That's a lot of snow. Robbie's like, Matt looks like he's ready to chill at the beach, not be in a match. Ha ha. Old Matt Riddle. Ian Glazer's like, do you like NASCAR in 2021? Do you like NBA in 2021?
I have not watched the NBA in years, and I have not watched NASCAR in my entire life. Ever. Like, I've tried to watch NASCAR before. I've given it shots and opportunities. But it's definitely a different one for me. I do not understand the excitement level. I think it would be a fun live event.
Right? NASCAR?
Mm-hmm. Especially Rex. I think Rex would be amazing, but I just, especially on TV. I know Fox tried to do some fun things where they made it louder, and the TV vibrates, and they do some like RPM things down in the corner. I don't know if they still do that stuff, but
they do. They have you turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up. We won't talk.
King Fox Lawler's in the chat.
Hey, King Fox.
Is this Juan? Just making sure.
Is this Juan?
I think that's Juan. Anyways, hello, wait, The Miz removed himself in the Elimination Chamber match? He did.
He did, so now we have an open spot. So who's going to get that spot? The all-important spot.
And he asks, who will be the final member? Right? Question.
I was thinking maybe Keith Lee, but Keith Lee has a match, and so does the Bros. So, right now, I mean tonight.
All right, Ryota's like, Dalethea, do you see Lashley or Sheamus getting title shots in the near future versus Drew? I don't know.
I would hope so.
I mean, I think that they should probably try to give Sheamus the title. Why not? Nothing wrong with that. I don't know how many times he's ever been a champion.
Ooh, Bobby Lashley?
No.
Oh.
Sheamus.
Sheamus has been a champion a few times.
Has he?
I don't know how many.
Ryoto's like, I understand.
He beat Daniel Bryan for it once.
Ian Glazer wants to know, do you like NHL or WWE? Or NFL or WNBA or NBA or MLB or MLS?
That's a lot
What?
I like WWE because we're doing this. I like MLB because I liked it. I didn't watch any of it last year. I boycotted last year's season. We will see this year what sports I end up watching, but it really is just going to depend on the athletes. Too. And ownership.
Oh. Ravi says, do you guys think WWE will do right by Cole? Or will he end up like Black?
He won't end up as good as Black. I think he'll end up a little bit more like Alberto Carrillo type. But somewhere, I think he'll be on TV a little bit more, at least at first. But it's going to really just depend on his attitude. But I don't see him headlining main events or pay-per-views or anything like that. But I could see him on Raw and SmackDown.
King Fox is Juan. Yes, I remember. Ryota's like, Clayton Kershaw is this generation's Sandy Koufax.
You think?
We have Roberto Lozano with us. Hey, Roberto.
Sandy Koufax won championships.
Right? Yeah. Won them.
Clayton Kershaw can't win the big game. Unless it's a like the shortened season.
Juan's like, I thought it was going to be Bobby Lashley or Mustafa Ali. Yeah?
Yeah, he'll be like an Ali type. That's a perfect example. That's Cole. I can see Cole almost stride for stride with Mustafa Ali.
I think Juan was thinking, like, for the Elimination Chamber, like, who's going to take that spot?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think I'm starting to become more and more agreeable to everything that Mustafa Ali says, even though I didn't like him 2 weeks ago. But he keeps talking about how these old guys keep taking their spots, and he was all upset by that New Day's tribute show to all the old people, and I was like, he's just being a baby, he's just being a baby. And then when you saw who won the freaking Royal Rumble, it was like...
I didn't say some of his shit didn't make sense, but
crap.
The thing of it is that, you know, like, that's just, is that their way of giving him relevance, you know? Well, he can complain about this, so that makes him relevant.
However he wants to get it. If he's speaking the truth. There's a lot of languages out there, but he's speaking truth. Oh! MVP comes in. It's Riddle. You could see Riddle. You could see AJ or Adam Cole. AC. Like a Riddle type, too. I guess I could see him a little bit more like a Riddle type.
At least it's like,
he's not as big as Riddle,
spot, though. Not my dog's spot.
Oh!
Right? Robbie's like, do you think the Bar outgrew themselves as a tag team?
I don't know what happened there. I think they just kind of wanted to go singles style. But no, I think they would still be a fantastic tag team if they were together. But I think they both wanted to be singles wrestlers. And
Fat Lisa's like the famous Nitro 4 Horsemen promo with Arn Anderson. Not just any spot. Not my dog's spot. Ian Glazer, do you like music? Do you like 80s music?
Love 80s music.
You're a fan of AEW, it looks like. Juan's like, oh no, I'm thinking the last one is Elias. Ooh, Juan's going with Elias, huh?
That would be a cool one. Look at Riddle going up top. MVP's in trouble.
Oh, poor MVP.
Floating bro, that's it. 1, 2, and 3.
Only against the one that he thinks he can fight. Juan's like, Roberto Lozano, hey, is Bliss going to be there tonight? Probably not.
Right before the pay-per-view? Possibly.
Robbie's
That match was 6 minutes and 35 seconds of airtime.
Robbie's like, Cole would make a decent heel. Juan says, or it could be Elias, Damian Priest. I don't know if they would really pull Damian Priest into it. It's like, I like Impact on NXT. Sweet.
Some good stuff. NXT was pretty good last night. Did you watch the pay-per-view with us? Or period?
Looks like there is no word on Bliss one way or the other, so it's a surprise. I like surprises.
Look at Bobby Lashley putting him out again.
Well, he deserves it.
Why does he deserve this treatment?
He just does. Ryoto's like, the only reasons I watch Raw is because of Mandy and Bliss and Orton.
That's some really good reasons.
Ian wants to know if you like 2000s rock. Are you a fan of that?
The Rock?
No, 2000s rock.
Oh, music. I was like, I like The Rock in 2000. I thought he was pretty good. I don't know any that I'm aware of. I might. Is that like, what's his name that we talk about every once in a while? Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Nickelback? And Korn and Limp Bizkit, that kind of stuff? Or is that 90s?
I would think that was 90s.
I think that was kind of a later 90s stuff.
Sumo's like, what do you think of Eli Drake's new name?
What, LA Knights?
LA
Is
Knight?
it like KN? Or is it NIGHT?
I don't think it's Knights. I think it's just Night. LA
Okay,
Knight.
either way, is it KN or
I
is
don't
it
know.
NIGHT? Does anybody know? It's his Twitter feed. If anybody gets him on Twitter, he changed it to what his name is.
Right.
And I haven't looked it up. I was going to look it up and I forgot. LA Knight. I know that he's going to be fantastic on the microphone. I still have a headache.
Ryoto's like, Adam Cole, Gargano, Riddle would be an interesting group.
Yeah. Would be a very interesting group. I'd be excited to see that.
I am. So excited. All my 3 favorites. Throw Edge in
Cole,
there,
Riddle,
and it's a
and
great
who?
group.
Who was the other one?
Cole, Crybaby, and
Oh,
I Don't Wear
Gargano.
Shoes. Just throw some Edge in there, and you've got the geriatric crowd.
Who
part
is
of
it going to
You're
be?
perfect.
He wants somebody that's young and get that brass ring. Maybe an Adam Cole.
Oh, God.
John Morris is going to take his spot. He's not young. He's going to just take it into consideration. But it looks like it's going to be John Morrison that takes his spot. Somebody that's young, up and coming.
Poor Adam Pearce.
Pac-Man Pierce.
Sabo says it's LA Knight.
LA
with a
Knight.
K
Oh, it is Knight.
Like-
Like a knight in shining armor.
from the old days.
I am a knight.
Juan says, well, that match was amazing. And Robbie is like, MVP in the mud, haha.
Hey, you got pinned.
Ian's like, do you like 2000s hard metal? No, Slipknot band. Slipknot. Sweet.
Sweet.
Are you okay over there?
He was excited about Slipknot.
Ryoto's like Lashley.
I can
dominating
honestly
Riddle.
tell you I've never heard of a band called Slipknot before. So I would have to Google that.
Right. Ryoto's like Lashley dominating Riddle is the same as my whole, Nia taking out Lana. Kurzakana is like, at first I didn't know that was Eli Drake.
Eli Drake. I'm excited for him to be on NXT.
Barbie's like, Travis, do you like Nas the rapper? He probably has listened to it.
I have heard. No, I'm trying to think.
Which one he does?
Because I get them all confused.
I couldn't tell you, so.
Because there's one called something Baby, Little Baby or something.
That's the one you like.
And I really like that dude. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, no. Yeah. He's the one that sings the
Cowboy song?
the cowboy one on the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely like that dude. Him and Billy Ray Cyrus getting funky.
Kurzakana's
Mr.
like,
Mullet.
I think Taya Valkyrie should just be on the main roster. She's got to start somewhere, though.
I also agree. She's already started. She's already put in her time. But I also agree. I think she'd be better on the main roster. And the main roster could definitely use her.
She's got to start in WWE somewhere. That doesn't mean she's going to be in NXT forever.
Right.
Just because she...
They're going to see how she can handle the NXT. And then
Exactly.
they'll move her pretty quick, I would assume. Just because her husband's on the main roster. But if she can't handle her own, I mean, obviously, when they look at those girls over on Impact, they're not pushing them all the way up to the main roster. You just don't see it. How many girls that are on the main roster are from Impact? Mm-hmm. Scarlett, still in NXT, although she's only been in NXT for like 6 months, but still. Are any of the girls on the main roster from Impact? I can't think of one girl that's on the main roster that didn't come up from NXT, first of all, and second of all, that came from Impact.
Right. I don't know.
Selena Vega was from Impact when she was there. And she only got fired because of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't get fired because of her talent.
Right.
Mickie James, but she was in WWE first and then went to Impact, then came back.
I don't know. But at least it's like he's hopefully getting a great push before the UE segment. I thought maybe Knight feuds with O'Reilly. Well,
Possibly. I think if they're smart, they'll put a title on him pretty quick. But I don't think they're going to put the main title on him unless they're just not pushing Kerry in that way anymore. But he's such an amazing talker that they honestly don't even need to push him at a title.
Chris O'Connor's like, Eli Drake should come out and own Miz on mic.
That would be fun.
Interesting.
That would be fun.
Even Rock couldn't own the Miz on the mic. So, Miz is pretty quick, guys. He doesn't really get to show his talent much because a lot of the guys on here can't do it. Like, you don't have those guys anymore.
Oh, Eli Drake can. He's one of the best.
Great. He hasn't been around. And that's what I'm talking about. There hasn't been anybody on there that can keep up. Bellies was like, throws the bullshit flag, younger talent. Ian's like, yes. Rich is like,
right.
Pierce was a great wrestler. Taya signed with WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, she's on NXT right now.
She is.
And Luke's telling
hopefully
you,
we'll see her on NXT
they're
soon.
talking about NAS, not NAS, is different than Little Nas X, who did the Cowboy song. Robbie says the same thing. Not the Cowboy dude, Travis. The old school hip-hop rapper Nas.
Okay, yes, I know the older one. I get in trouble. My daughter gets mad at me all the time for not knowing exactly who everybody is. But I do know who you're talking about. Old school.
One?
Yes. Like from the early 2000s. Didn't he start doing like Christian rock or something? Or not rock, but Christian rap or hip hop or whatever they call that?
I don't know.
Who's the one I'm thinking of that was with Puff Daddy? Was that not Nas?
I don't know who he is.
That was Mace. Never mind. I'm way off. I know who he is, though. I'm getting them all confused.
Oh, her hair got shorter.
She looks amazing. They're platinum. He's like, you want me to stare at your shirt?
She got the Karen haircut. Mandy got the Karen haircut. You better stay away from Mandy. She's bad news. She'll get you moved over to a different place.
Right?
Break your heart. Ian's like, Slipknot is from Iowa, Des Moines, and started in 1995. Sweet. Robbie's like, I always
there's
think
a
Bobby
fight.
is gonna snap man.
1, 2, and
half of that
3.
finisher.
We got a new 205 champion.
I said 24/7.
What'd I say?
205.
Whatever. There's no way he's going for that. Damian Priest gonna...
No.
No. Maybe Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny just became the relevant champion. Bad Bunny is a champion in WWE. Everybody at home. How's R-Truth gonna win it back? You better take care of my baby.
Who's ducking his calls?
Somebody's ducking his calls.
That's not
Take
nice
care
at
of my
all.
baby.
Chris, like, Shotzi Blackheart was also in Impact. But she's not on the... She's in NXT, not quite up on the main roster of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I was trying to think of people that are on the main roster that were in Impact. Women.
Chris O'Connor's like, so now Raquel and Kai get a women's tag title opportunity, as they should. They won the tournament.
Yeah, that was what that was all about.
That's what it was about. Samo says, seen Slipknot live years ago and ended up bumping into my cousin who was with his band there. Nice. That's cool. Rob is like, does Mandy Rose age? She looks good. She's got a Karen haircut now.
She's not very old. I think she's like 31, maybe.
Yeah. Fat Lace is like, Tool is pretty awesome live.
I bet you they are good. I know Tool.
Chris O'Connor is like, Mandy, stop reverse simping, right?
She just likes him because he's famous. It has nothing to do with his looks.
Doesn't matter. She's simping on him. Mandy Rose is a simp. Mandy Rose is a simp. Mandy Rose is a simp.
Yeah, because he wasn't simping on her at all.
Mandy Rose is a simp. She's a simp. Simp.
What? Seriously. Kofi wants the spot. That's what this is all about. You don't get to pick the spot.
You don't get to pick the spot.
There you go. Kofi Miz later on.
Looks like there is huge difference between the two travel. One is a dog gangster rapper and the other is a new black guy gay country rapper. I say that with respect.
Right. I remember Nas.
Rob is like, Dalethea, when you say Mandy, you have to whisper it like her theme music. Can't say it normal.
Mandy.
I'm going to say her name normal from now on.
You
just to make you
can't.
upset. Rachel's like, no, I'm happy I can turn off Raw. I just saw Mandy. Right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
You might
not
get
see
Bliss
her
later.
again. Ian's like, do you like Maximum Overdrive?
Yes.
That's a good movie.
One
Looks
of my
like
favorites.
I can now see the continue the story, and because WWE is dumb, Miz will use the briefcase to cash it in on Bunny. To get the 24/7 belts. Oh, come on, Luke. Give him a little more credit. Looks like Mandy is 30. Chris is like, LOL, last night's simp talk. Exactly. It looks like I'm choosing nonviolence by ignoring Dalethea's jabs. What?
What were you jabbing at?
I wasn't jabbing at anything. In fact, I was pointing the finger that women can be the same. So we were talking about how only guys are called simps, and I was trying to say that women can be the same way. That women can be simps. And we just saw it on TV that it just happened. She was simping all over him. Like, if she didn't have her tongue rolled up in her face, I don't know what would have happened. See?
No, I didn't see it.
Ryota's like,
I'm
Bad
blind to
Bunny
the
winning
fact.
the 24/7 champ is like Gronk when he won it. Why in the hell doesn't Vince do better stories? Mandy is a gold Kim Kardashian digger.
I can tell you right now, the reason, at least this is my guess, is he's going to be on Saturday Night Live this Friday, Saturday, whenever Saturday Night Live's on. It makes sense that it'd be on Saturday. Anyways, he's going to be on there with the belt.
How is that irrelevant? How is that relevant? Is it because
Because people
Saturday
will...
Night Live's on NBC and USA is owned by NBC?
Bam.
Wow, that's
and
really
they're
dumb.
going to have a championship belt on him when he's out there doing his
It's the
stuff.
gayest thing I've ever seen and heard in my entire life right now.
How is that? Like, that's
That's
called
gay.
publicity. That's how you get it out
That's
there.
called lame.
That's why we want somebody like Charlotte to be champion that can talk.
They're
It's
like,
because you want
"Let's
them to
put it
go
on
and
this moron."
main event talk shows.
That seems like a great idea. Let's put the most irrelevant thing out there on this person. And
What,
then
you
we'll
would
have
rather
him go
have
over
him
the-
win the championship?
I don't want him to win anything. He shouldn't even have gotten that. Like,
The point is he's going to be on Saturday Night Live this week, and they want him to have a title on there so people will watch. If they can get 6% of the fans that watch Saturday Night Live, they'll be fine.
yeah, I'm never watching Saturday Night Live ever again. Especially with that weirdo guy they have on there. It looks like he's like a zombie sick face. That guy's fucking weird. Robbie's like, New
Zero
Day
idea what
love
they're
winding up Miz. It's funny. I think everybody loves winding up the Miz. Which is funny because, you know, he just acts it.
That's the best part about it. He does his job.
We got Blythe Evans in the chat. Hey, Blythe. It looks like, trying to bait me in. That's not baiting anybody in. I'm actually saying that it happens on both sides of the fence.
I just want everybody to know I've been tracking the wrestling time tonight. The show has been on for 47 minutes. We have had exactly 6 minutes and 35 seconds of wrestling. 6 minutes
of a real match.
So, 40 minutes of the 47 minutes have not been wrestling.
Has been
anything but wrestling.
Talking, setting up matches.
Yeah.
Giving us talk shows, recap.
But I will keep this up to date all night.
Samoa's like, I hate the 24/7 title. Why couldn't they bring back the hardcore title?
Because the name just infers that it's not PG. It would be too hardcore for kids.
Yeah, they need to call it the participation trophy. Oh wait, that's the 24/7 belt. That's funny. Alright, Roto's like, it will create more viewers, more...
There you go.
Millen, I agree, Travis. Robbie's like, do you guys ever watch Family Feud?
TikTok channel has surpassed 10 million followers in just over a year, outpacing the MLB,
NHL,
NFL.
NASCAR, UFC, and the NFL. I didn't even know that WWE was on TikTok. What do they
And
do
now you
on
know.
there?
They just go like this. I don't know.
TikTok
Whatever
is so
people do on
fucking
TikTok.
stupid.
Unless you like TikTok, and then it's fine.
Riota's like, all the Puerto Rican population is now watching wrestling. Now be of Bad Bunny.
There you go.
Because of Bad Bunny.
That's perfect. You know, he sold over 500,000 things on Shop, or $500,000 worth of stuff. I can't remember which one it was.
So basically, he's a sellout.
How is that selling out? It's bringing people. It's fans. It's participation.
He doesn't give a shit about that.
Yes, he does. He's wanted to be a wrestler since he was a little kid. That's why he's on here. They didn't go pick him.
So he's an Arquette? That's nice.
Why? Seriously.
Let's give WWE a bad name.
How?
That's awesome.
How is that? Where's the negativity coming
Looks like
from?
the only episode of NSL I have watched was the first appearance of Taylor Swift, where she roasted herself and did the now famous monologue. LOL. I used to watch SNL way back in the day when
everybody
Chris Kattan was on there, and it was actually funny. Now it's just stupid.
I watched it in the 80s and 90s. Most of the 90s.
I wasn't up that late. I had a bedtime. Had normal parents. Janelle's like in the chat. Yo, Janelle says with Adam Cole turning on the Undisputed Era, what's next for Adam Cole?
Adam Cole, O'Reilly, and then Adam Cole loses and heads to the main roster.
There you go.
I mean, that's...
You heard it from Travis's mouth first. It's gospel. Write it down. Make a book. Looks like, chat, please stop asking so many non-wrestling questions. This is a wrestling stream. Come on, Luke. Can't we just have fun?
Here comes Charlotte.
Don't be a party pooper. I want to answer questions about Family Feud. At least I can answer those. Ian Glazer is like, I'm watching tonight after Raw ends Maximum Overdrive, the full movie. You should. It's a good movie to watch. Ryoto's like, I say the 3-hour show is only 45 minutes or 1 hour, 15 minutes of only wrestling.
We will see if it's...
That is his guess.
We will see if it's even close to that.
Would you care to wager some money on that?
What's his time?
45 minutes or 1 hour and 15 minutes of only wrestling. You can only pick one. You got to pick one or the other. What's it going to be? And then put some money on it. Put some money where your mouth is.
Oh, you're betting in money?
Your keyboard typing is. I have 5 cents.
5-cent bet.
That's all I got. I'm poor. Help me, I'm poor.
I see it falling right in that window, so I'm not going to disagree with you.
Ryoto's like, Bow Wow will be the next Bad Bunny. That's funny. Robbie's like, Lacey and Patch do not have any chemistry as a tag team. Oh, Lacey and Peyton? Oh, Peyton. Royce. Oh, Royce.
I was like, who's Patch?
Well, from here it looks like Patch, but I had to get up there and then it's like Patton. I'm like, who the fuck is Patton? General Patton?
Yeah.
I didn't know General Patton was in WWE.
It's another name for Lacey.
Peyton Royce. Looks like I ordered the entire box set of SNL so I can watch all the episodes with Eddie Murphy, Bill Murray, the Belushis, and more.
Back when it was really good.
OG comedians, right? Hulu, the episode of Raw are between 1 hour 45 to 2 hours with the ads removed. SD episodes are 115. Yeah, but we're not talking about just the ads. We're talking about just
Wrestling.
having actual wrestling matches. So how much of it is wrestling? Not entrances, not recaps, not interviews, and no ads. Just when the bell rings, they fucking have a match. Who gets pinned? The fucking shit ends.
From bell to bell.
And that's it.
Without commercial. So when the commercial break comes on, I pause it. So I want to know how much wrestling we see.
Rachel's like, Bow Wow is actually training his windpipes, his lip movement, is doing tongue exercises. I mean,
What
how
are
would
you
you
talking
train?
about?
Are you training for WWE?
He's
like
training for
wrestling?
the WWE, yeah. Well, why would he else he be talking about it?
I don't know.
Asuka's stepping on her own rope so she couldn't put her arms up. She went, ugh. That's actually pretty funny.
She is funny. Chris O'Connor's like, LOL, Charlotte is going to lose it tonight. What is she going to lose?
Her
Lose it?
mind.
Well, she might. Lacey Evans gets a hold of her. Robbie's like, Charlotte looks like she keeps losing weight.
Yeah, she's looking really good.
And Luke says, oh, well, if that's it, then I'm going to say 45 minutes.
Right? The lower end.
Fat Lace is like, first off, as an only child, I could watch all late night talk shows and stupid soft Skinamax when I was a teen.
Welcome to my life, too. I could watch anything I wanted.
I had a bedtime. My
Literally,
parents
when
were like, go to bed.
when boobs would come on TV, my family would be like, oh, you wouldn't know what to do with them anyways. Like, at 12, that's what I was told.
Ryoto training for WWE. Got it. I figured it out. Robbie's like, Asuka should bring back the green mist. I think she should spit in people's faces, too.
I think she will. They're just kind of waiting right now.
Ew. Fat Lace is like, second off, nothing beats the original cast of SNL with Belushi, Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, etc.
Oh, yeah, that group. Bill Murray.
It wasn't too bad when Will Ferrell was on it, too. His stuff was pretty funny.
Uh-huh. Take the rapist for $800. It's the therapist.
That's hilarious. She's so funny. You're a queen, but I ate all those on accident. Looks like Charlotte has started a new training program with Becky. It's intense, and Becky already looks fucking jacked. And Steve, oh, and he's talking, and then Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, Tana Aykroyd, and more in the SNL stuff. Yep.
So
like,
many
Travis,
good ones.
are you going to Time NXT Wednesday or AEW? No.
It'd be too hard to do that because there's two. I'd have to have two devices. I'd be all sorts of confused.
The reason why he's doing it is because we talk about it so much that they hardly have any kind of wrestling on Raw. And they still haven't started.
Just know that we're at 6:55 now, or, well, 55 after. So we've been on for 55 minutes. We're still at 6 minutes and 35 seconds of wrestling for the first hour.
Right.
So at this pace, we'll be at a full 18 minutes by the end of the show.
We might. Crystal kind of like, LOL, Lacey keeps calling Charlotte Char.
Sure.
Well, she calls Peyton Pay, so I'm not sure about that. Robbie's like, Rick thinking he's Hugh Hefner in his prime with Lacey and Peyton by his side. Ha ha.
Two married women.
Fat Lisa's like, Steve Martin, The Rock, or Alec Baldwin as a better host.
Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's like a writer for Saturday Night Live. Or he used to be.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, he was their main guy in the back. That was like 15 years ago or whatever. Back when I used to watch it.
And Ian's like, do you like? And a whole bunch of question marks. So I'm not sure if
I
they're
like
asking
everything.
If you like question marks, or if it's just a, do you like?
Like the Riddler? I like the Riddler.
Do you like? Do you like?
Who's your favorite Riddler?
Looks like the problem with Rick trying to be Hugh Hefner is Lacey is no Playboy bunny, and I love Lacey.
She could be a bunny. She's got the boobies. She's got a butt.
Why couldn't she be a Playboy bunny? That's creepy.
Talk about getting it out.
Ian's like, where will you live?
We live in the Rocky
We're in
Mountains.
Idaho. We're in the grand old state of Idaho. Ian's from Minnesota. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Riota's like, wrestlers are pissed off at Vince for not giving them a raise due to the Peacock deal. Wrestlers aren't having anything to do with it. It had nothing. Are you talking about the whole meeting thing and raises and stuff? That has nothing to do with wrestlers.
That's all the people, the production people. I don't think it has anything to do with the wrestlers. I don't think they would give the wrestlers a raise anyways. The wrestlers signed contracts.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's like saying, well, if the country starts to go under, are the wrestlers going to take a pay cut?
Right.
If your company's doing better, you don't just get a raise. Do you?
Maybe.
I guess maybe if you're like Winco.
Guess.
So there's a rock show.
It's when he was young Rock.
Hey, that's his like dad. That looks just like his dad.
It's about him when he was a child.
That's funny.
We have Alec in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
Alec.
Alec. Is it Alec Baldwin? We talked about Alec Baldwin earlier.
Alec Baldwin. Riota's like, Mandy or Becky or Bliss would interesting bunnies.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of bunnies anymore. Back a while back, there was all those WWE divas were doing those Playboy shoots. Even Tori Wilson.
Well, Hugh Hefner died and his son took it over and he tried to make it all like
Not
porn, and it didn't work out so well for him. He had to go back to having naked women in his magazines. It's like, no shit, dumbass. Hey, why don't you stop doing something that's worked so well for over 80 years, you stupid head.
Took me 80 years to achieve.
Fat Lisa's like, yeah, athletes are always on a contract basis, and if you score more touchdowns or hit more home runs, then you get a bonus.
Not necessarily. That's only if the contract is
Set up that
in the
way.
contract.
Yeah.
If you're on your rookie deal, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
There's no acceleration bonuses.
Ian's like, goodbye. Bye. I'll be back later.
All right,
okay.
see you.
Bye, Ian. Thanks for hanging with us for a little while. Fat Lisa's like, but when it's wrestling, there's not an incentive for tables broken.
No.
No. I mean...
Or babies popped out or anything. Or
Yeah.
Playboy shoots.
Yeah, it can depend on the sport, but most of the time, if they're in a contractual basis, it'd have to be in their contract for certain things for it to be like a bonus.
Charlotte throws
thing.
Peyton right into the corner. Yeah, there's no acceleration bonuses in most sports unless they are on their big contract. And then usually those still don't even have acceleration bonuses. Because then they just sign massive deals,
Right.
$35 million a year plus type stuff.
Ian's like, thank you. No, thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Riota's like, Travis, I heard Vince wants to do a Naya My Whole shirt. Oh, yeah.
Wow, that would be fantastic. My whole.
Just have her face on there with it all being weird, saying my whole.
My whole.
Looks like Sarah Underwood is my all-time fave Playboy model. Hands down, no contest in my opinion.
I don't know who that is, but I do know Anna Nicole Smith is my favorite. But I don't know how they compare. Anna Nicole Smith was the shiznit. To be honest, it was the first Playboy I ever owned, and I didn't even know who she was at the time.
Yeah.
It was the first one that she did when it was all classy.
And then she turned out crazy.
Well, then they did a few more with her because she was such a big deal. I had Playboy. I had a subscription to Playboy. I was like 12, 13 years old when that shit came out. That is funny shit if you think about it. Like, I would never even think about doing that. Had a 14-year-old kid, I'd be like, no.
That's her. The Sarah Underwood.
She looks okay. She kind of looks like that, the bunny on The Butcher and the Blade. Peyton Royce on top of Asuka. The Empress.
Rio tells like NXT wrestlers could get 100,000. Maybe that was like I think mine back in the day was some redhead. She was in the Tales from the Crypt horror movie. And Robbie's like, Asuka taunting Peyton.
So I know who you're talking about there, and she was also one of my favorites of all time. I'm trying to remember what her name is. She married a rock star. I was hoping it would just click in my head. But I think she was from the Red Shoe Diaries.
It's another picture of her. Same girl.
Right? She almost looks Russian.
Yeah. Like a Sharapova. Like a Sharapova.
Yeah, but she's not
really.
6 foot tall.
You don't know.
Kicker! Ubner. You can hear the photographers taking pictures, and I don't like it.
People taking pictures.
Well, you can hear the photographers. It's like watching the Australian Open right now. All you hear is because there's no fans.
Right.
So you just hear the every time they serve. You're like, okay, that's dumb.
They need to pipe in some music, maybe some crowd noise or something.
Asuka with the tag. Here comes Asuka or Charlotte. Lacey Evans wanted none.
Hey, Walter! Happy birthday, Walter!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Walter! Happy birthday!
It's fantastic to see you in here.
I remembered.
She's like, I'm not going to remember. And then she remembered.
I did. I saw his name and I was like, it's Walter's birthday. Hopefully you had a good day.
There it comes. No. There it is. There's the tag. Lacey.
Royce is like, you're holding on to the string. I'm totally going to.
She said, hold on a second. She's got to get ready. Charlotte needs to give her a little bit more room. She's got a big title match coming up soon. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really risky for her to get into the ring right now. See?
Oh, God, what?
What the fuck? Lacey is pregnant. Rick thinks it's his. That means there's been some fooling around.
What? What the fuck? What? What?
Call me daddy. What the fuck?
What? What?
Look at Charlotte's face. She's worse than us. Like, seriously, what is happening? Why would they even go this, like,
What?
I don't, God, So that's it?
What the I guess that was a great match.
I mean, they got Lacey's music playing, but the match isn't over?
What?
So I'm going to leave the timer on just in case.
Because they haven't really finished the match yet?
But if that's it, then...
Well, wouldn't she have just gotten counted out?
Well, the referee
the
stopped
ref
counting.
started counting.
Yeah, but then Charlotte broke it up a couple times.
What? What?
So that's it.
I'm confused.
So not only was there not an ending to the match, they're playing her music still.
Ah, that's great. Yeah.
So Lacey is pregnant with Daddy Rick's baby.
What?
These are the days of our lives. This is General Hospital shit right here.
What?
I'm sure Ric Flair's noodle doesn't even work.
Alright. Looks like Sarah Underwood was actually discovered during the show Playboy's the Girls Next Door, one of my fave shows. Yeah. I watched a few of those episodes of that show. Which was like, how long was the match?
Both matches were exactly 6 minutes and 35 seconds, guys.
That's funny.
Exactly. Now, granted, it was probably a little shorter than that. since that we didn't really know when the ending was.
Right?
So I went up until the guy started talking.
Blythe Evans is like, well, it's true. Is it really? Is it? Walter's like, what? Lacey pregnant, right?
Yeah, Lacey's
like,
pregnant.
Peyton is looking at him like, what the fuck?
So my question is she still going to wrestle Asuka on Sunday?
I don't know. Luke's like, oh god, not this storyline. And Chris is like, oh, this is Mae Young and Mark Henry all over again. Then we got the black circle in the chat. The black circle says, no offense, but can Ric Flair get it up?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe some Viagra? A protein shake? I don't know.
Roberto's like, that ain't true, I guess. I don't know.
Lacey's married.
Walter's like, this is like Lana and Bobby Lashley. Oh no, honey. It's nothing like that.
They didn't get married. These two are doing it out of wedlock. This is sin.
Ryoto's like, Moolah giving birth to a hand seems like this or Jerry Springer.
It wasn't Moolah. It was Mae Young. But yes.
Flash McCarrots is like, first Becky and now Lacey. Who else is next?
Sarah Logan had one also.
I'm not sure she's really pregnant.
Oh, she's pregnant.
Janelle's like, didn't you see what Lacey Evans said? What?
Yeah, she's pregnant.
What?
What?
I'm still...
Nobody is listening to Sheamus at all.
What?
Nobody in the world knows what Sheamus is talking about right now. They're all like,
What?
What? Charlie Caruso's like, I don't know what I'm asking you. He's got to yell, and now we know he's saying new WWE
Looks like I wonder
champion.
if the WWE lady wrestlers' families get paid something for these crazy pregnancy stories, considering you know all the drama that comes up.
Oh
What?
my gosh. New Day. So is this the Kofi? Yes, this is the Kofi match.
The Kofi match with Miz. Robbie's like the fella going for the Macklemore look, right? Walter's like WWE doing strange storyline, I guess.
Piss.
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly Sheets.
R. Kelly Sheets. Rachel's like, Sarah Logan gave birth last week. She did, to a bouncing baby boy.
A little Eric.
The Black Circle says Vince definitely wrote the script with his weird fantasies and shit.
He's like, well, I'd like to have a baby with one of these youngsters.
Walter's like, New Day for the win, or Kofi for the win. And Riota's like, hey, Travis, Charlie Caruso is also working in Espen.
Yes. She's going to get pregnant from Hulk Hogan next week. Just kidding.
What?
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 You didn't know?
What?
Oh, you didn't know?
I might be saying that all night. What? What? Roberto Lozano's like, is Lacey doing like Stephanie did? Lie to Triple H? What?
Brains are not working right now. Things are not processing right.
Looks like when Maria Kanellis did the pregnancy storyline, she actually had people hacking her to find out who the real dad was. That's not cool. Carlito's in the chat. Hey, Carlito says, for the main event tonight, if you win, you can give a shout out to me, but if you lose, you have to do a dare. Oh,
dare. Truth or dare.
Walters, no, shout out or dare. It's completely different.
We used to do
like
truth,
the
dare,
NXT
double dare,
takeover
promise
last
or
night was
repeat,
good.
or brick wall. That was what we did when we were kids. Truth, dare, double dare, promise or repeat.
I didn't have friends. Mina McIntyre's like, I'll look at you, Sheamus, you Scrouge, coldstone-hearted bastard.
Some beach, somewhere.
Yeah. Looks like don't come in here and tell the streamers what to do. Yeah. Don't tell us what to do.
He spits in the face of people that aren't cool, so be careful.
What?
I think Danny's listening to us at home. So hello, Danny.
Is he listening? It's creepy. I'm just kidding. Fat Lisa's like, okay, I found her. It's Angie Evanhart.
Why are we looking at Playboy models? I love it. This should be a new part of the show. Google her for me.
Why should I Google her?
Because there might be boobies. You gotta give me the edited ones.
Looks like the streamers are not your dancing monkeys. I want to be a dancing monkey. I could be on TikTok and be famous. That's what they look like. Dancing monkeys. Robbie's like, Dalethea, when your fave tag team, Shayna and Nia coming out? I don't know. Whenever she gets her hole fixed.
She stuffed her hole.
That's gross.
That's how you fix it.
Is it?
Isn't it how you fix a hole?
I don't know. Who's here? What's going on?
I don't know. I saw some headlights, but it was across the street, so.
It's a monster.
Naxos, that's enough, buddy.
We have Biggie in our chat. What's up, Biggie?
Biggie.
How's it going? Arya is like fake carport, right? Who's got the fake carport?
What's that carport?
I don't know. Looks
Like where
"Go
you park
ahead
a
and
car?
Spit on me, I'll banish you to hell. Carly was like, okay, Luke, stop. I'm going to spit in the face. I dare you. All the personalities are here. Riota's like, be careful, Carlito. Don't give us sprinkles. Right?
Yeah, no spitting in the face of people that aren't cool.
Fat Lisa's like, TikTok dancing tigers was last year's trend.
You've got to have the face shield so Carlito can spit in your
Right?
face.
Maria Blaze, Carlito, fake Carlito, not carport. Cruise you, autocorrect. Curse you, autocorrect. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Carport.
Carport. It's a fake carport. Now it makes more sense. That's actually funny as shit. I love autocorrect with you guys. It's so funny. It makes my day.
Carport.
Walter's like, hey, Biggie, New Day rocks, right? Too
We're
bad
about
he's
to
not a part
see one
it
of the members
anymore.
of New Day go on to wrestle for the championship.
Kofi
Last year at the
is.
same time is when he took off and ended up being champion. Was that last year? No, it was the year before. 2 years ago.
Sure. Oh, here it is.
Oh, recap. You're going to have a brother?
What?
Charlotte, you're going to have a little
It
brother.
sounds even stupider. What? What?
That indicates that they've slept around.
That's gross.
Look at Charlotte's face. She's like,
What?
what?
That's that Angie.
Yeah, I remember her.
Angie Evanhart.
That's not the one I was thinking of, though. But I do remember that Playboy. The Miz coming down to the ring with his Money in the Bank briefcase.
That's when she was a ginger.
Oh, there's boobies.
She didn't want you to know she was really a ginger, though.
She's covering it. They're just covering the curtain or the carpet.
Yeah.
I knew there was a word for it. So the Miz has to wrestle Kofi, and then the winner gets to pick who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. If Kofi wins, he's in there, and if Miz wins, then Morrison will be in there.
Right? Blythe Evans is like, well, ladies and gentlemen, all you nasty wasties, I am ha 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 ha. Not pregnant.
All right. The timer has started, people at home. Miz
got-
jumps out in the lead.
Icon in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
Icon.
Icon.
This is so embarrassing to call myself a wrestling fan.
It's tough tonight.
Oh, Fat Liz is like, so much aluminum foil wasted on Miz's attire. You don't like his shiny jacket?
Was it the uneven one? The one that kind of twists up,
I
so
didn't
it's
even
short on
see
one
what
side.
He came out in. I was looking at naked women pictures.
Right, which makes more sense. I mean, who wouldn't?
I was completely distracted. Robbie's like, the it kicks are incoming.
Lots of them are going to be happening tonight.
But are they?
Hopefully Kofi can still move like he used to. I haven't really seen Kofi wrestle in a one-on-one match in a long time, it seems like.
Yeah. Well,
But right now he looks like an old man, so a little bit of athleticism there. Couple double jumps, triple jump. Oh! Miz, skull-crushing finale! Oh, no. Kofi turned it around. Oh! Went for trouble in paradise and missed it. Miz is just too quick.
ooh, they're so mad at each other.
I don't think that was... Like, Kofi's laughing, smiling. He's having a gale time.
Riota's like, I'm leaving, guys. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. because my dad's having eye surgery tomorrow. Well,
Oh.
good luck to your dad with his eye surgery. Hope it's just a
Is it just one
regular
of the
type thing.
corrective surgeries where they can see better? Make sure he can't rub his eyes ever again. The whole eye will just come apart. That's why I wouldn't even think about getting the surgery, because I love to rub my eyes. And it's like, oh, you can't rub your eyes? Ugh.
You can rub your eyes. You just can't rub your eyes for like the first while that you have it done. Like, I can rub my eyes now. It's fine.
Don't drop your lens off.
It's okay.
I'll be crawling around the floor looking for your contact lens. It's not even a contact lens. It'll be your real skin. Putting it in solution.
Not going. It's been years. It's fine.
1, 2, and Kofi so close, almost earned his way to the elimination chamber. Look at the Miz, wisely rolls to the outside like a veteran. But we got 2 veterans wrestling tonight.
I guess Carlito didn't like me talking about naked women. It looks like the cover model is my second favorite Playboy model, and I know Trav knows this one. LOL.
A cover model? Oh, yeah. That was back in the day. She is a wrestler. Christy Hemme. Yeah, she always looked good. Oh!
Oops. I closed the wrong thing.
Okay, fuck it. All right, Miz back in the ring. Kofi following him back in.
Anyways, Fat Lisa's like, sorry, not sorry, Dalethea, right? Penny Lang's like, in the chat, hey, Penny says, could
Hey,
Kofi
Penny.
repeat history again like he did 2 WrestleManias ago back in 2019?
Right, that's what we were thinking, but he would have to
Maybe.
do it in an elimination chamber, and then he would headline a WrestleMania, so it'd be a little bit different, but yeah. Could he get hot right now?
Yes, Luke. A lot of people spell my name wrong, including you. You spell my name wrong also, by the way. Fat Lisa's is spelling my name wrong. It's okay. I'm used to it.
2 and Kofi almost had him right there. Oh,
Who is
super
Daleta?
kicks him. Dalethea.
Well, it's a place
It's a
that
skating
they go
rink.
skating at. But that's not
Oh,
my name.
drop kick right in the head.
Roberto's like,
Jumps right on top of him.
it's for
1,
cataracts.
2 and oh.
Well, they're really
My mom
pretty
had
good
that
about
one.
cataract surgery.
Those
It's
ones
not
are pretty
too
in
bad.
and out. You'll be okay.
He'll be good.
He'll be okay.
But
not
good
you.
luck for that. It can be scary, though, so. Anyways, Ian's back. Hey, Ian, how's it going? Chris is like, that snowstorm was bad last night, but I survived, but we got more coming through Wednesday. I thought you say, okay, did you get that ice storm? Right, Chris, you're in Texas, so you said something about getting an ice storm. Did you get just snow, or did you get a really bad ice storm, too?
We got a bunch of snow here. Oh.
Robbie's like, how many times do we have to see Lana versus Shayna? At least 12 more times.
Well, it's only February, so I'm going to say 13 more this year.
Fat Lisa's
Kofi.
like, I copied off someone's homework. Oops. Yeah, if you guys
Again, look at this. Double neck breaker.
If you guys look, I don't know if our names are still on us. Do we
No,
not have our
I
names
took
anymore?
those off.
Yeah. It's fine. It's really easy to miss the second E in my name.
She's a double E.
Because when you say my name, you don't, it's not there. It's silent, but it's there. You can always go off of the way that Travis taught his daughter how to spell my name. You can just pronounce it Dalethea, and you'll spell it the correct way every single time.
Dale the A.
So if you ever forget, that's how you can remember.
Tahi. Tahi.
Tee. Old Tee. Ian's like, good. I live in Arizona. Really? I thought you were from Minnesota.
Arizona, Minnesota, it's the same thing.
Oh, hell no. Those are like completely opposite.
They're the same thing. They just pronounce it different.
Okay, crazies. I guess I don't know what a map of the United States looks like.
A lot of people don't. Like 1/5 of the population of the world doesn't know where to find the United States on a map.
Yeah, it's real hard. So I was like, I just come back to some stupid news. Am I right in asking?
Oh no, it's real. It's legit news. Lacey Evans is pregnant with Ric Flair's baby.
What? What?
It's these are the days of our lives.
What?
It's like sand through an hourglass. The General Hospital.
What?
Luke and Laura wedding next week.
What? At Lisa's like, yeah, this guy got multiple personalities, right? Well, now they're in Iowa and the UK. That's great. I'm glad that you live everywhere. It's perfect. Looks like I'm about to lose my mind. Half the people in here are the same person, and it's fucking annoying. Well, probably. Oh, Simone's like, are they seriously doing this WCW story again? Yes. It's Stinky Pinky. We haven't seen you for a while. Hey.
Hey.
Since I've been watching WWF 1998, it made me really miss the live crowds. Y'all going to live events when they begin again?
Oh, absolutely. At some point.
Looks like, what the fuck, Ian? I'm about to ban you for too many lies. You get a timeout. Luke's going to be handing out timeouts to people. Fat Lisa's like, so are the days of the chat. Right?
General
That's
Hospital.
Right? Our chats have freaking...
Did you know if you binged watched General Hospital 8 hours a day, it would take you 12 years to watch it?
It's terrible.
It's been on for 58 years or something like that.
That's crazy.
Every day for an hour. Except for Fridays and Saturdays. But it's on every day.
That's insane.
For 58 years. Or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
You ready to start binging it?
No, I don't want to watch General Hospital soap operas.
Most of us could finish it by our 60s, 70s. If you got 8 hours a day for the next 12 years. But then you'd have to catch up from now for the next 12 years, too.
Man.
You may never catch up.
Did you start your timer back up?
No, because I messed up in the first place, but I'll do it now.
Oh.
Like, I kind of recorded some of the commercial.
It's all right.
And that's why I was going to wait about 10, 20 seconds of this.
It's been 20 seconds.
It's on. It's fine.
But at least I actually
roundabout.
hung out with my grandma watching soaps. I think maybe Young and the Restless, right?
Yeah, I used to call that one The Young and the Breastless. And it made my aunt laugh when I was like 8. There was that one. There was The Days of Our Lives. There was... And then General Hospital was my mom's favorite. Literally had to stay home from school on special days from General Hospital.
Why?
Like in the Luke and the Laura, when they got married, which is still the highest rated soap opera in the history of soap operas, like people from all over the world called in sick for that. Like that was like one of the biggest shows ever.
That's so dumb.
But I wasn't in school, but my sister had to stay home. She couldn't go to school that day.
Why?
I wasn't even in school. Luke and Laura got married.
So?
Like, that's...
Why wouldn't your kid go to school?
That's kind of like the president getting married.
Oh my god, no, you send your fucking kid to school.
Oh, no, not in that time.
Whatever.
Like, I don't think... That's like a Kennedy
I'm so
assassination.
glad I had my mom. She's like, go to fucking school. Go to school.
You weren't in school when Luke and Laura got married. It was like 1982.
My brother, I bet, went to school. I bet he
1980
was in school, and I was probably home playing with his toys.
1982.
Like, look at these Hot Wheels. These are awesome.
Look it up.
My mom never
The highest
watched
rated
soap
opera
operas.
of all time, Luke and Laura's Wedding.
My mom never watched soap operas, so. Simone says Lacey wins a match by saying she's pregnant, but did she win
No,
it?
I don't think they won. I think that was just a no contest.
I don't even know what happened.
Look at that, The Miz, super kick, one,
Still confused.
2. Oh, so close to 3.
But Lisa's like, no one had DVRs and no internet. Well, I get it.
Oh,
I was alive during that time.
Were you?
They had VCRs and VHS tapes.
Yeah, you know how much a
tape shit
VCR
with
cost? More than like a 75-inch plasma screen.
They cost about $400.
I know. They were expensive. Not in 83. I bet they were more than that in 83. Because that's more like 87 prices.
It could have been. But
I remember renting VCRs because my family didn't want to buy one. My grandparents owned one and my uncle owned one. But we rented them, my mom and stuff.
right. Walter's leaving us, but happy birthday again, Walter. Glad you had a great day today. Enjoy the rest of Raw tonight and have a good day tomorrow. We'll see you on Wednesday for sure. AEW and NXT.
Happy birthday.
See what that fallout's going to be.
My dad's VCR had the one in the top, which was the originals.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandparents' was in the front load. But you had to buy a rewinder because you couldn't rewind it in the machine because it would end up ruining the machine. So you had to have the rewinder. So you take the tape out, put it in the rewinder, close it, and then be done.
That's so weird. We didn't have a rewinder. Looks like I loved when General Hospital got so popular in the early 2010s. They made a spinoff called Port Charles. It was on at 1 a.m. and it was General Hospital, but with vampires, ghosts, and people from General Hospital.
I'm pretty sure what's her name, Demi Moore, was even on General Hospital back in the day.
Possibly.
There it is! Kofi! Getting Kofi'd up! New day! He's holding that arm. He's favoring that left arm. Now he's clapping on it, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
If your arm's hurt, you usually don't clap on it.
Fat Lisa's like, LOL, back in my day, we had to churn butter, right? Totally. Walk uphill to school both ways. Smells like if it's that
SOS! 1, 2, and 3. No! Miss kicks out. What's easy?
Smells like if it's that easy, then Edge can say his neck is a little stiff and will win his wrestling WM match, his WrestleMania match.
Right?
Fat Lisa's like, my dad was a rebel and sending tapes back unrewound.
Oh, wow. Those were the days.
Remember when
you got
they fined you for it?
Like a 35-cent fine.
They'd fine you for it. You sent them back unrewound. So what you had to do is you just had to rewind it later. So you would play the movie. This is how we did it. Because we had recordings of stuff all the time. My mom recorded everything. Like, she'd get movies and we had 2 VCRs. She would, like, record the movie.
Right.
Anyways,
Step
my mom
through,
was a bootlegger.
over, figure 4!
Basically, before her time. But, so what you do is because the tape's hot, you just wait. So you just rewind it later, like right before you take it back or something.
It had nothing to do with
when
heat.
it's cooled down. And then the VCR hasn't been working. And then the tape doesn't get ruined because the tape isn't all stretched out.
Yeah, but the rewinding was just the machine. It was bad for it to turn backwards.
They made him to turn backwards.
No, they didn't. They all went out.
Ours never did. I bet you anything we probably still have an original freaking VCR from when I was a kid.
1, 2, and
it probably still works.
But that's what ended up ruining VCRs.
And
they actually stopped rewinding.
All the time.
The rewind would just go out, but they would still play forward. 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Kofi Kingston! 11-minute match.
Yeah. Luna's like, it's almost March soon. It is. We're in
so
the middle of February already.
We're 33 days away from spring.
Looks
and 54 days away from WrestleMania.
Right.
We're under 2 months away from WrestleMania right now.
Fun. Looks like Demi Moore, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Kelly Monaco.
I don't know who that is.
My third place play by mom. I've heard of Kelly and Monaco. Kate Hudson, Drew Barrymore came from General Hospital and Port Charles. That's funny.
Drew Barrymore came from her uncle. Drew Barrymore is
Drew
E.T.
Barrymore came from E.T.
And her uncle is Steven Spielberg. Like, she was kind of going to be famous no matter what.
God bless you. Is like,
but she probably was. I mean, like, I'm not arguing that she wasn't General Hospital. I'm just saying that she would have been famous no matter what.
Right.
That's all I'm saying on that.
Maybe that's why her name sounds familiar, because she's still on General Hospital. Kelly Monaco.
I didn't even know that shit was still on, but my mom still watches it. You know, she's watched that every day except for, like, for surgeries and weird things. Like, so she's missed, like, 100 days since, like, 1963.
Here it is.
My whole...
Sorry, I had to stop and listen to Naya.
Yeah, she's missed like 100 days of it since 1963.
That's funny.
She was 13. No, she was 10.
That's funny and weird at the same time. Stinky Pinky's like, we bought a rewind machine. They were great. Also,
Yeah.
Travis was saying. Godflesh says, I wouldn't believe it if Kofi brought back his old theme for WrestleMania 37, right? Fluttergoth's like, yes, there it is. And like, looks like here's her pick, and I apologize ahead of time. Don't apologize.
Boobies! Or is it just her beaver?
I don't know. It's all of it above. All of the above.
Just a boobie. Hey, she looks like Neve Campbell.
A little bit.
And a whole lot more.
I
wholeheartedly agree.
Take it to him. Take it to the max. Looks like I couldn't find any of the non-nude Playboy pics of her. Yeah, that's fine.
Nobody buys the magazine for
That's
the
got
non-nudes.
Lisa says, yowie wowie, Luke. I'm sure there's clothed pics of Kelly.
Nobody wants to see clothed pics.
Yeah, no. Someone's like, guys, not sure if it's actually true, but Lacey is actually pregnant, so they're done. They've done this to write her off.
You think she's really pregnant?
He's not sure if it's actually true.
I mean, if that's the case, then
Lacey
we don't get to see her.
is actually pregnant, so they've done this to write her off? Question mark.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So if she really, so he doesn't know if it's true, but if she is pregnant, did they do it to write her off?
I mean, yes, that would be the way to go with it. It would just be so strange because I don't see why they would do that to write her off for the fact that they couldn't have the match.
Mm-hmm.
It would leave the match hanging for a year or two.
Yeah.
However long. I mean, it would really be just like, all right, stop.
Yeah. Fat Lisa's was like, Nev was a babe and Scream. Yeah, I had a friend that was really obsessed with Nev Campbell. Like, it was
that one. And what was that
one?
one where there was the two girls and they kissed? And there was
Wild Things?
Wild Things, yeah. The other one,
Nev Campbell.
The other one was prettier.
And what's her?
Denise Richards.
Yeah.
She was smoking hot.
Looks like Nev Campbell and Kelly Monaco are best friends, and both are still seriously hot for being in their late 40s. And Ian's back. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Ian.
Chris says, yeah, I don't think Bliss is on tonight. I'm not sure. Maybe.
She headlines the show if she's on. She doesn't come out in the mid card.
Oh, yeah, all that fun stuff.
She's not Charlotte.
She's not Charlotte.
Or Asuka. It's getting... Asuka's completely irrelevant, by the way. Even in that match, she was irrelevant.
So was Peyton Royce.
Peyton wrestled. She was in there the whole time.
I don't know if she was relevant, though. I'm pretty sure Peyton was irrelevant.
And why are you comparing Peyton to Asuka? Asuka's the champion. Peyton's never even held a belt, has she, besides a tag team belt?
No, because she just barely became a singles wrestler. I'm not good at that.
I hate that. That still makes me sick.
Yeah, Ian, you're welcome so much.
Hey, Dalethea got a new bed today.
I did get a new bed today.
She gets it delivered next week.
Next Tuesday. I could have had it Sunday, but I figured we were doing a pay-per-view Sunday.
That's right.
So I wouldn't be there until late, and Tuesday I can just go out there in the after work or something, if it's there. So I can take out the old one and put in the new. I have to have my brother come help me. And they wonder why.
Oh, I should go buy a shotgun.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that, so I went and bought a bed. Ugh. Ian's like, NASCAR's the best, right? NASCAR is the best.
NASCAR's pretty good.
So cool. Like,
I just like cars with
mattress?
big muscles.
No, it's not purple.
No, it's like
a Sealy.
It's like a $2,000 bed.
I didn't quite spend $4. I'm sure I could have, but I didn't want to.
A $4,000?
Yeah, they have $4,000 mattresses.
Mattresses?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
It's ridiculous.
I've seen the $2,200 ones, but I've never seen one that was more. The one that you got is $2,200, but you got it for $17 because it's President's Day. On the internet. Mm-hmm. But you didn't buy it on the internet. You actually went to a store.
It was the same price as it was.
22.
They give you free stuff. They give you the mattress cover for free. I got a pillow. And what else was it? Oh, it's so funny. They don't ask you what kind of delivery So they had 2 types of delivery, but they didn't ask me about it. So they gave me the delivery you have to pay money for, which is so funny to me. I'm like, just because I'm putting it on your guys' financing doesn't mean you just screw me out of everything. But I was like, whatever.
Well, I mean, beds are made for screwing, so it would make sense that they would try to screw you.
Beds are made for sleeping. Landon's like, my hole, right? Your hole, everybody's hole.
It's crazy because a lot of people don't like to spend a lot of money on beds, but you spend a good portion of your life in bed. 6+ hours
Well,
a night.
our bed downstairs wasn't cheap. That thing was expensive. It was $2,000.
I did not move last night.
$2,000.
I fell asleep and woke up in the exact same position as I fell asleep last night.
So you finally got your sleep back?
Mm-hmm.
You poor thing. I kept Travis up until like 1 o'clock in the morning all weekend. He was very upset.
And I get up kind of early, so it's hard.
Well, it would have been fine the first night because we would have slept the same amount.
Right.
But our dog decided he really
Wanted a drink of water.
wanted a drink of water. I mean, really wanted a drink of water.
So at 5:20, he decided to wake me up.
And when I'm here, I don't like having the door open because it's weird.
Right. And I sleep with the door open so he can go get water anytime he wants to. But when she's here, the door is closed. She doesn't like black voids.
It's just weird.
Closet doors have to be shut. Drawers in the dresser have to be closed.
I
No,
could
I'm just kidding.
probably sleep in a freaking coffin and be fine. That's the point. Let's see. Fat Liz is like, I bet if you time promos and recaps, they would equal match time.
Oh, that would triple match time. We are in this an hour and 40 minutes right now, and we've had 12 and 11. What's 12 and 11? 23? 23 minutes of wrestling.
Yeah.
And we're way more than halfway over with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Not way more. We're 8 minutes over half.
Landon's like, we're going to start a movement. Start the hashtag my whole movement on Twitter. Do it.
I think you should.
Do
Hashtag it.
Landon. Hashtag it all over the place. Do it on TikTok. Do her my whole clip over and over again. Make a TikTok out of it. Be creative. Fat Lisa's like, no more locked doors, lol.
There's Randy.
Well, you know, the dog doesn't have thumbs, so it's kind of like that whole bacon strips
I guess we could
commercial
cut a
from
hole
back
in the
the
bottom
day.
of the door and put a flap in it.
No, that's creepy too.
It would be a flap.
Doesn't matter, it's still creepy.
You go downstairs, there's a monster. Get out your flap. They're like, ah!
Nobody said anything about monsters. Nobody's scared of anything. It's just weird.
We got people burning. We got Viagra getting stuck in Ric Flair's throat, so now he's got a stiff neck. I thank you very much.
Terrible.
No, just kidding. He's got a stiff pecker, and he got her pregnant. Now we got pregnant blondes and burnt dead people, and Randy Orton's a murderer, basically.
And he's happy about it too, which is really weird. Landon's like, Lana makes me feel insecure. Why? Ian's like, no more locked doors. Blah, blah, just kind of keys ghost. What? Bally's is like, I think every match averages 7 to 10 minutes and knowing.
He said RK, and we got a Bliss sighting.
It's Miss Bliss.
Is she playing with the Ouija board? Dear Mr. Ouija, I want to know my future. Will I die a murder, a bloody murder? Her eyes look cool. Ew, she's playing with this burnt corpse. But he's like a phoenix, so he will rise again. Like a phoenix.
Ah!
Oh, that's not creepy as fuck.
Well, we all want to draw pentagrams on the floor and have a gay old seance for the dead people.
What is going on? This is not PG.
We don't want PG anymore, remember?
Well, it doesn't matter. They still act like it.
How is this not acting like PG?
How many?
Have you ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
They
It was
have
completely
demonic
PG
stuff
and they
like
did
that?
stuff like this. Yeah. And it was completely PG.
So Randy Orton's in trouble. Obviously, he's going to be in the elimination match, but somebody's being reborn.
Somebody is. I don't know who. Let's see. Anyway, so Fat Liz is like, I think every match averages 7 to 10 minutes, and knowing AEW, they have more match time than anyone. Fat Liz is like, Raw probably has 6 matches, and AEW has at least 8 matches on a 2-hour clip. But the thing with AEW,
AEW
though,
will
is
throw
their
in
matches,
15 guys in one match.
Right, but their matches last a long time, too, though. So that's the part you have to put in there. Anyways, Chris is like, Bliss is here. Yes, the great and powerful Trixie, she's here. Looks like here's a streamer I mod for who, along with Jade, knows Ryan Ashley. Frankly, that's who did her tattoos. Oh, okay, cool. Fat Lisa's like, hell yeah, Travis, Bone Thugs. Landon's like, young man, Travis, watch that mouth before I backhand you.
Smack it.
Anyways, Luke gave the link, and then looks like, Landon, threaten Trav again and see what happens. Even if it's a joke. You don't threaten my mask, my streamer. LOL. Oh, man. I'm glad everybody likes to fight over Travis, you weirdos.
Or how you fight. There's that cute guy from 12C. That guy, the cute guy from 12C, looks just like the guy that was selling guns at the gun shop today.
Maybe it's him. You should go ask him. Were you on a Progressive casualty insurance commercial?
Were you from 12C?
Oh,
Then there was a
pretty cool.
redhead working there, and she was not interested in anything I had to say. She was just, okay. Like, I was saying jokes, and she's like this one? And I'm like, come on, that was funny. But I think she wasn't, like, all there. I think she was just tired. Or that. You probably shouldn't smoke weed and sell guns.
Probably not. Anyways.
But the other guy, like, jumped in, and he was cool. Like, he's like, oh, well, the gun you want is this one, and blah, 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 blah. Told me all about it. And I was like, yeah, where's that one at? And he's like, it's sold out. I'm like, why are you telling me about it? But it was a shotgun that's a bottom load and bottom ejection. So as you're shooting, it's ejecting out the bottom. So
instead of the side?
Since I shoot left-handed and shotguns eject out the right side, it's coming around and it can hit me in the face if I'm going too fast. But you want bottom load but most shotguns are bottom load, I think. Anyways, but the safety that I want is on the back. So I can turn it on and off. And most Remingtons don't. They have the safety on the trigger. So like a right-hander, it's right here. But you have to take your finger off the trigger and push the button.
Oh. Okay.
But, so you're out of firing position when you take your safety off. Now you got to reload. Now you got to put your finger back comfortably on the trigger without pulling it.
Uh-huh.
But with the Mossberg, like 590 or whatever, or 570, the Shockwave, you can get in position and then you just slide your thumb down. So you don't change your finger. And you can do it ambidextrous. It's an ambidextrous safety.
Right. Anyways, Chris is like, wow, they actually showed a pentagram. Well, they've showed that before. And Landon's like, hi. Ian's like, do you like horror movies, 1970 to 2021?
Absolutely.
Fat Lisa's like, pretty sure I'm deleting my history tonight after this stream. LOL.
Right? Mom's going to get mad.
And it looks like Fat Lisa's, that's a safe picture. It is. I have a question about that picture. So is the tattoo on her leg the work of that artist, or is it a different one? Because, you know, she's not, like, showing off her tattoos or anything, so I was just curious.
Why is there so many rock commercials?
Because they're doing that new show, so they have to
show
on
500
NBC. Things of it. Because he's a wrestling star and we're on all that other stuff. And Ian's back again. Hey, Ian. And Chris O'Connor's like, when Fiend comes back, Bliss should light the lantern and say we're here. like when Bray used to say it. Looks at her name is Pterodactyls FTW. That's nice. And looks like Trav talks so much that Dalethea couldn't comment on the streamer. Sigh.
Oh, on her?
Yeah.
Patience. We're still waiting for wrestling to come back on. He brought Andre the Giant for show and tell. That's pretty funny.
Well, if your dad was a superstar wrestler and you knew all those people and people saw them on TV, you would want to bring them for show and tell too.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Luke, that it was the wrong pick. I was just like, huh?
The eighth wonder of the world.
Oh, okay. Like, I was like, that's the only art that I could really see was her leg. And so I'm like, that doesn't really look like Ryan's work. From what I've seen of her stuff, I mean, it's not something she would normally do. Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades, or whatever her name is. The Princess of Spades. What is that?
I was just trying to...
No, I'm talking about her name. Something of Spades, isn't it?
Thought it was Queen of Spades.
Is it Queen? So she keeps her mouthpiece in her pants, but I noticed all the women on the UFC put it right here.
Oh.
And she was in the UFC, so I was wondering if it, like, they kind of switch or something.
I don't know.
But every girl we watched doing these interviews on Saturday had it right there. Is she going to bite her in the back of the head?
Maybe.
Shayna, you're so boring. Anybody like Shayna Baszler out there? Sorry if I'm saying bad shit about her.
Yeah, there's
but
that
all
one
of her
person that
matches
does.
do the same thing. Here, let me put you in an arm bar and then start twisting on your hands and fingers and elbows and then walk around. This right here. What I can't stand about her matches. Do something. She's like, here, put your butt up in the air so I can grab your leg. And now she's pulling on her. I guess you just have to understand it's like if you watch a Shayna Baszler match, it's going to be like watching a 300-pound guy wrestle, like Braun Strowman or something. You're not going to get a lot of moves. She just stands there and pulls. See?
She does a lot of the same stuff over and over again, yes.
Yeah. Like the big guys, though. Like, she doesn't do any moves. No drop kicks. Nothing fancy. A little bit of a clothesline there.
Is it the one on her neck, Luke? Is that the one? She is in Ryan for every one of her tats, but the leg ones you just saw. Oh, okay. Okay, so all the other ones is. Fatley's like, Queen of Spades, another reason WWE messes up NXT talent. Okay, yeah. All right.
Well, you got to admit that she's not that exciting to watch. Like, you could like her because it's fun because she came from the UFC or something, but she doesn't do anything that's spectacular.
Right. Like, you would think with her being from the UFC that she would train better to do better moves.
Right, but she doesn't. She's very slow, very methodical.
Maybe she has to be because she's used to actually beating them up, like hurting people.
Right, but in the UFC, they don't stand there.
Right, but maybe...
You see what I'm saying? Every move is slow.
Okay, so I get it, and I know what you're saying, and I see it. I'm saying that, and I'm not a fan of Shayna Baszler, but what I'm saying is from watching UFC, what I'm saying is they don't have it choreographed. Like, UFC isn't choreographed. You go over there and beat the fucking shit out of the bitch, and you're like, yeah, I punched your face and threw you around and did all this stuff, but in wrestling, it's kind of choreographed to the point where you have to make sure the person's where they're going to be, and you have to be careful if you're used to punching people in the face to break their nose.
Right. I get that, but she's also been in wrestling for like 4 years. Like, it'd be different if she just came up yesterday. Ronda Rousey didn't wrestle like this.
Right. But she probably wasn't the same in UFC. I never watched her. Anyways, looks like she's like an old school ground and pounder, and Vince said he wants to keep her that style. So
I'm not saying like if you're a fan of her, I'm talking bad about her. I'm just saying that it's ridiculously slow paced. Like everything is calculated. Like she just got kicked in the face. Took her 30 seconds to kick her back.
Right.
Is all I'm saying. Oh, now they're both laying there. Oh shit! Nia in the back. Nia probably just broke Naomi's back.
Oh.
She's like, you making fun of my hole? See, you laughing at me?
Everybody's laughing at you.
A whole new level of violence.
A whole new level of violence.
Oh, Nia's down. Oh, shit.
Get her, Lana. Get her.
Lana's going to roll her up and get a 3 count
here.
here.
Get her, Lana. Get her.
No. Baszler kicked out.
Though. Oh, shit.
Big knee. That's probably enough.
I don't even know if that was a knee. That was like a kick to her coochie.
Oh.
Lana's like, I'm a wiggly little worm.
She'll tap here. She's tapping. Shayna Baszler with the dub.
Jeez. Looks like the better picture of the necktie. Yes, Fatly's like, oh, she's no Shotzi.
No.
They're a little bit different. I don't know if Luke's talking about Shayna or if he's talking about the girl in the pictures. Looks like I've never seen Dalethea so laser focused on something before, right? Chris Akani says, oh, why is Lana still wearing that outfit? Oh, she's going to get wedgie. Hasn't been so bad. Looks like she's like old school. Samoa says, try telling that to Ronda, right? Chris says, but Shayna versus Martinez would be interesting. They could probably pull it off. They probably have wrestled together before. But this is like, yeah, Baszler is a brawler. Don't think I've seen her dive or do
because you were sick? Look how lean he's got. He's like, you better have a good reason I'm not in that chamber match. Technically. This is Sparta. So is Shane in charge again? Like all of a sudden Shane's in charge? Like,
do we know what's happening?
We didn't know Shane was in charge, but now Shane's in charge.
But at least like, but Pete Dunne last night, his offense makes pretty entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it's a little bit different though, because he can move too, but he does wrestle that same style, twisting and pulling on joints.
Yeah, but
he's wrestling at the same time.
Tommaso Ciampa. So does
Gargano.
Timothy Thatcher.
Yes. But they wrestle too.
There's a couple women that do it too, that do that, but they don't just wait for the other person. I mean, I get where you're coming from, Shane. I'm never saying that she is like this smooth operator out there. She's very like herky-jerky in her stuff. But I think some of it has to do with the fact that she's not sure. And I think putting her with Nia probably makes her even more aware that she could hurt somebody. If she's not careful, she could hurt somebody bad and not mean to. That's what I'm saying. I think she kind of does it on purpose so she doesn't hurt people. I don't know how long she was in NXT or how long
she was a champion in NXT for a year.
So she was in NXT for a year being a champion. How long was she there before she became champion? How long was she out of the UFC when she was champion?
I have no idea when the last time she was in the UFC. Or if she was even in the UFC. She might have just been like...
an MMA fighter,
right,
that's it?
An MMA
but
fighter.
Lisa's like, you were sick, bro. Like, yeah. Can't be mean to people.
He got blood infections.
You're freaking sick, man. Chris is like, Braun is back on Raw, but he still doesn't care about Bliss. Why would he?
How can he not care about her? He should be saving her from the demons.
Why is that saving her from her pentagram demons that she's got going on?
Uh-oh. Go hide in the garage. Nothing.
Chris Akane is like, here comes Jordan Kamala. Yep. Almost. I just think it's weird that they brought them back. Like, they made them like they're new, but 3D Doritos have been around before. I don't understand why they're like, and now in 3D. Like, it's new. Like, they've been around before.
But they're new this time.
Maybe it's that whole whatchamacallit thing. With, what's his face that was never a genie or whatever.
Oh, yes. Where it was a different world. Sinbad when he was the genie.
That never happened.
That never really was real. But I remember it. It was called Kazam. And then the Shaq did it. But Sinbad never did it. But I remember it.
Never.
We all remember it because it had to have happened. Even though it never happened.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're 2 hours
But at
into
least
this.
It's like, oh, you guys are talking Mandela effect. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? Mandela?
Mandela. Mm-hmm.
I knew it was a name. I thought it was a different name than Mandela.
Chris, kind of like Thatcher versus Orton.
But yes.
No DQ would be a sadistic match.
Yes.
Possibly.
They could do it in one of those cages, then Thatcher would win. That one cage match that he does. What do they call it? The snake pit or just the pit or something?
Huh.
What was it called? We just watched it the other week. It was in the pit. With Thatcher.
Oh.
There's a little platform around the top.
Yeah. I don't remember what that was called.
Why is she whispering to me? Slut. Tahoe. Tahoe slut.
I guess.
Ew.
Ew.
Temptation Island. I can't take it anymore.
Weird show.
Maybe you should change your perception and then go have fun.
Oh.
Nothing has meaning unless we give it meaning.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a truth. That's pure truth.
That's the shit we're looking for. Fat Liz is like, I think one popular Mandela effect was Looney Tunes being Looney Tunes. So instead of it being Tunes, being Looney Toons.
Yes. Yeah, they spelled it different, but now it's not. It was never that way.
It wasn't?
No. There's no history of it ever happening.
Huh. Weird. He found his way into it. He fought his way.
He beat the Miz.
The great and powerful Trixie's like, I wouldn't believe AJ Styles would be a 3 times WWE champion. It's a destiny.
Except for it's not.
It isn't. I'm gonna destroy his
AJ's
hopes
gonna
and
have like a
dreams.
sore neck after talking to this guy for like 5 minutes.
He doesn't quite look up at him all the time.
He's like, I really like to make eye contact with you. You gotta just stand back a little bit. Can somebody bring me a stool?
He looks at him not with his neck going up though. He like leans his whole like top part up like he's got that fused neck thing. It's kind of funny actually. Robbie's like, WWE should give Omos a match. I'm sure he's working on stuff.
They're working on him.
He's a
It'll
big
happen
guy,
when they
though,
think he's
so
ready. And it'll be against somebody like AJ Styles. Somebody that can help him out along the way.
That'd be terrifying.
I want to know if
I
AJ
have
could
momentum.
touch the top of his head. Like, scratch it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Well, he's standing there, and he had his arm almost all the way up, and I don't think his hand went to the top
He had
of
it
his head.
almost all the way up.
Almost all the way up. Chris is like AJ talking to Jordan Kamala like he's the therapist. Like he's his therapist.
The red NWO shirt in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that one downstairs in my closet. But I cut the sleeves off it, so I'd never wear it. It was back when I used to go to the gym. Number 2 in the gauntlet match. So it's everybody that's going to be in that match is going to be in this match.
Oh, again?
Yeah, so, but not again. This is...
Oh, they haven't done this or before, like a week ago?
This is a gauntlet match.
Mm.
So all 6 of these guys are wrestling tonight. In a row, in a gauntlet match.
So we're starting out with AJ and Kofi.
Yes. So neither of these two are going to win.
That's nice. Kofi's out there all limping around.
Well, Kofi's already had a match.
Right?
All right. The clock has started, and I'm going to assume this match is going to go and break everybody's record. It's going to go at least a half hour.
At least.
These matches usually go about an hour.
Fat Lace is like, more Kofi. I'm not mad at it.
No! Kofi's one of my favorite faces in the history of this company.
Robbie's like, not Keith Lee? No? You think he would turn on AJ? What? No.
Keith Lee? Or are you talking about Omos?
It's like, not Keith Lee. No? Question mark. You think he would turn on AJ?
No.
Are you talking about Omos?
Almost. No, he would not. I mean, he's going to eventually, yes. But AJ will be the one that kind of slowly turns on him, starts treating him like trash.
Chris is like, there's really no point in this gauntlet match to this gauntlet match.
It's a go-home show.
Is there really points to their gauntlet matches, though?
It's a go-home show to the pay-per-view coming up this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what it's called, Sunday.
Sunday.
This weekend
Sunday,
coming up.
Sunday.
The 21st. The last pay-per-view on WWE Network in the States. Elimination Chamber this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe. WWE Network.
Yeah, that.
I don't know why you would do that unless they're going to just switch it over from there to Peacock. But
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. I already canceled.
Robbie's like, almost, yes. Yes, that guy.
Big right hand, AJ Styles. The phenomenal right hand. Kofi Kingston is going to get a little bit of offense in here, but I don't think he's going to win this one. I think AJ is just too good, and he's fresh, where Kofi's already had a match tonight, and he's limping already a little bit.
Yeah, he limped all the way down to the ring.
This is exactly how the New Day should have been treated when they lost Big E when Woods came back.
Yeah.
Right here. Kofi's the better wrestler. He should be getting singles pushes, and Xavier should be in his corner cheering him on. Not tag team champions. But they corrected it.
Mm-hmm.
They righted the ship, and now everything's where it should be. Now, if they want to put Big E back with him, give him the title. Kofi crash. But see, he's limping around. Francesca.
Yeah, I think that's the name of it.
Oh, shit! They're almost eye to eye.
He's like, dude, stop squiggling around.
Is he going to just walk off with him?
I don't know. I think he's trying to find a place to throw him.
I think he's going through the table. Oh, but the table didn't break.
There was no
or was
table.
there
He
no
put him on the other side of the barricade.
Oh, okay.
I will break you. That's Tom Brown in the chat. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
What's up? Not much. How are you doing? Fat Lisa's like, Xavier is about to get choke slammed from the moon.
Wow. And we don't even know where his body landed. Could be in the basement there at Tropicana Field. You can't kick him out.
Why is he kicking him out?
Kofi's the one that got in his face.
True that, and Xavier was taunting.
He's obliterated. Spear! Oh, chop block!
Good.
Right in the back of
Advantage
that knee.
shit.
Should have hit him with Francesca. Feel like that match went longer than 3 minutes and 50 seconds
Oh.
so far.
Yeah. Robbie's like almost picking up Woods like a child, haha. The great and powerful Trixie, that trumpet sound. Tom's like, okay. And Luke's like, it's official according to WWE.com and Lacey Evans' Twitter. She's officially pregnant.
God damn, Rick.
She found out Friday.
Damn, Rick.
Well, congratulations to Lacey Evans. That's
Now she's got to file for divorce.
that she really is pregnant. Good for her. Babies in the air everywhere, I guess. Robbie's like, Woods playing the trumpet was funny. Yeah. It was even more funny when almost threw him over the barricade thing.
I mean, a lot of people did think the Johnny Gargano injury was real. So maybe we should wait just a little bit longer. Because people were like, seriously, like, he's really hurt. Or they wouldn't have had blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but they didn't announce anything on WWE or his Twitter page saying he was.
Yeah, but
And they aren't going to, like, make up something like that. They're not that mean.
So they're just ending the Charlotte story, like, with her dad? Like, just...
I don't know what they're going to do.
So Asuka gets out of another match for the title. They're like, nope.
Tom's like, how are you doing? Great.
Fan-damn-tastic.
Tom's like, Rick still got it.
It looks like it.
He does.
That Viagra.
Gross.
So this is 40. He's all doing her with the Viagra. She gets all mad at him. Can you imagine getting in an argument when you just took Viagra? You'd be like, what? It's like, can you be mad at me like in 5 hours? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, that Viagra works great. She's like, what? I'd be like, oh no, hell no.
Looks like I bet Lacey will be around for non-wrestling shenanigans for a while. Yeah. That's
tough.
I'm sure. That's crazy. I'm happy for her. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for her. I didn't even know she was actually like trying for more babies.
You're like, I didn't even know she was sexually active. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, she has a daughter, and she's got to be like, what, 9 or something like that? I think her daughter's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I don't know. She was in there for a while, remember? They were pushing her in the storylines.
Yeah. For a little while until I think people were just like, please stop. It just made Lacey Evans look weak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she was trying to be a face.
Yeah. I mean, she's good as being kind of a nice person, but I like her better as a nice bitch. It just works for her. Her character and stuff. So Luke's like laughing and then Tom says, yes, she probably will be around for non-wrestling shenanigans. Guy Dawson's like, who replaced Miz, guys? Well, at this point, it looks
Kofi.
like it's Kofi.
It is Kofi. It's 100% Kofi.
Unless he's dead. And then who knows who.
He just got chop blocked, though.
He got chop blocked.
He's got a
His
bad
leg's
knee.
all kind of funky, so who knows. Fat Lisa's like, Kofi beat the Miz. Yes. He did.
25% off championships, guys. There's some really good deals on there if you want a belt.
Oh, okay. I was close. I figured she was about 8 or 9. She looks like she's about 8 or 9, so looks like her daughter is 8, almost 9. See? Pretty good at guessing little kids' ages.
So Kofi is still in this match.
Oh, gosh.
I guess they weren't going to end it during commercial.
Well, yeah, they can't do that.
But this right here could just ruin it right here for him. It's got him in a half crab. We got a half crab going on right in the center of the ring. Kofi trying to get to that bottom rope. Oh, that's how you get out of it. Rolls him up, 2. Kofi almost went on. And even if Kofi did go on, he's losing to the next guy. He can't win that many matches tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be 6 men in this match. You know Randy Orton's going to end up in this match last. And we might see a little bit of Fiend action.
I don't know. Is it going to be anything like that, though? I mean, we saw Bliss, and she's resurrecting somebody with pentagons.
Right. And if that's coming up soon, I mean, when is that going to happen? Are they going to push this all the way back for 54 more days and have that a WrestleMania match? The Fiend and Orton?
I don't know. Well, don't they have to end or do something or whatever?
With Orton? Or the Resurrection? Or
I don't know.
They got to figure something out. They got to write the story. Right now, they just aren't doing nothing. Except for having Bliss carry it, which is great. Bliss can carry the ball. She's like Christian Okoye. She's the Walter Payton of the WWE right now, of that storyline.
Looks like Lacey found out Friday and notified WWE officials today, 3 hours before Raw. So they rewrote the story, according to WWE and Twitter.
Slick Rick.
Fat Lisa's like, it would be a much better effect if Woods was taken out with a stretcher, right? Robbie's like, Travis getting the Raw belt and Dalethea getting a Bliss shirt.
Do you have a Bliss shirt? You do. There's a sweater somewhere laying around. It's right there, I think. Where's that?
It's in another room.
No, it's... Oh, yeah, it's in that room. Want me to go get your Bliss sweater?
My ugly sweater. That was my ugly sweater for Christmas.
It'll even be uglier next year because it probably won't even be still her character. So it won't even make sense. Which will even be awesomer. I can't believe you got an ugly Christmas sweater. I don't have an ugly Christmas
Fat
sweater.
Lisa's like, continuity, slap face WWE.
That's so weird. They're going to have to start putting it in the contract that these women can't get pregnant.
Oh my God.
What? If they want to get pregnant, they have to like literally tell them.
What I think is great is that they're getting pregnant and the one person who left to try to have babies isn't having them.
That's not nice.
I bet she's extremely jelly.
Poor Rousey. She's like, my womb's rotten.
Goes with your personality.
There's nothing wrong with her personality.
If you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly on the outside.
Oh, phenomenal forearm count to 100. Kofi is done. So do I continue the clock? Because it's a match. It's one match.
Well, yeah.
Why would Drew McIntyre come out?
Down, so yeah.
Drew's next.
But now they're probably going to do a commercial. If they do a commercial, I'd pause it.
Well, I always will pause during commercial.
But he's coming down, so he's ready. The champ still looks pretty ill-tempered.
So Drew McIntyre's in there.
So what? He's going to be like, I'll teach you a lesson. And
A big half-ass clothesline by Drew McIntyre.
So he's going to teach him a lesson, and then he's going to teach
the
rest of them a lesson in the gauntlet.
Well, AJ doesn't have his buddy out there.
Right. Fat Lisa's like, the champ is here.
Coming in number 3. That means Drew McIntyre's got to run the gauntlet, then wrestle again on Sunday, run the gauntlet, and then The Miz. I mean, it's setting up The Miz. If he has to beat all 5 of these guys tonight, and then wrestle again in 6 days against all of them again,
right?
The Miz can easily cash in because he basically had 10 matches within 6 days.
Yeah. Twilight Sparkle's like, here comes Drew. Yeah, there he is.
Drew with that big kick. Oh, AJ didn't even fall off the ring apron.
He's like,
he probably wishes he did.
It's like, I'm not falling for that.
Another big Claymore. Oh! He got it. But AJ still didn't fall off the apron.
Looks like the wrestler's only being able to go to work, then stay at home. I am sure is also helping the baby boom.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right? Guy Dawson's like, who do you guys have winning the gauntlet tonight?
I have it. I mean, obviously McIntyre's not losing, so Sheamus possibly, but I just don't see. They are not letting McIntyre lose. So, I mean, that's what we've seen week after week.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to go through Orton and Sheamus. So I still think McIntyre will probably pull it out somehow.
Right.
But Sheamus could easily win it.
Uh-huh.
And Randy Orton's in it. But Randy Orton could also get interfered with Bliss.
Mm. True. Very true. That's weird.
I got cool stories about Andre the Giant.
Rob is like, Drew cooking AJ and is getting seasoned along the way. Yeah. That, whatever that is.
Nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Yeah, don't out pizza the Hut when you can't out pizza the Hut. I'm not sure what that means, but it means something.
You can't out eat Pizza the Hut either.
Pizza the slut.
What's a malt? What's a single malt and a double malt? Is there a quadruple malt?
I
Is
have
there
to ask the
6
people
malt?
in different countries.
They don't have malt in America?
I'm sure they do, but I don't know what it is. But it's huge in other places, more so.
It's a single malt. It's a double malt. It's a quadruple malt. What you looking at?
Just trying to find Lacey on our stuff. Do we not follow her on Instagram?
I don't know.
There
I
she
had
is.
her on mine. But I don't know if I put her on that one.
Right.
Is that the Pitbull?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she does a lot of pictures. They either have a baby one or it is the picture of that one when it was a baby with her daughter. That's what she had posted today. There's 7 variants to the coronavirus found in America.
There's what?
7 variants in America right now.
Yeah. Not surprising.
It's going to keep mutating until it's just an annoyance.
Yeah.
By the way, that's how the colds work.
Of course. It's a virus. What do they expect? I mean, seriously.
Did you see a kid ran the 100-meter dash in high school in 9.8?
Uh-uh.
I
I
was
didn't
like,
see that.
holy crap.
That's crazy. And Cole?
I ran the 100 faster than the fastest woman in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
Every time I ran it.
When you're running it
In high
immensely,
school.
right? Fat Lisa's like, has anyone asked you, Travis, who did you have as best WWF champs every decade? 90s, 2000s, 2010s?
No, I've never been asked that. You'd have to start with the 80s and go Hogan. And then 90s. I don't want to miss an obvious one, so I have to think. Who was the champions in the 90s? I know Hogan was there for a while, but he wasn't there the whole time. You had people like Shawn Michaels. I don't know if Triple H was good until the 2000s. I know he was there, but I don't know if he was winning championships. I would have to look in the 90s. The 90s is a hard one for me because I was watching almost WCW exclusively at that time. AJ Styles still hasn't been pinned after, 3 big kicks?
Start your timer. Fat Lisa's like, I knew you love Hogan, so I didn't ask the 80s.
Not a love, it's a respect. But I do love Hogan. Yeah, the 90s would be hard. The 2000s, it would be John Cena, right? Like, that's when he was winning all his. Was from 2000 to 2010. And then since then, it would be Brock. Brock's been the best since about 2000. When did he come back? 12? Till now? Brock? It was 12 or 13 when he came back.
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
But you got a Randy Orton in there somewhere that won quite a bit. I know Triple H won a bunch, but I think that was from 2000 to 2010 also. So you got like those three guys that the problem was is they had too damn belts. And so there's too many championships. You've got three guys that have like 12 plus championships, Triple H, Randy Orton, and John Cena. But if they only had one belt, who would have been the champion? You see where I'm coming from? When they watered down the belts, they made too many championships. Like I said, Randy Orton, Triple H, and John Cena. If there would have been one belt, who would have been? How many would they have had? 7 each? Would they have had 5 each? Would they have had 3 each? Mm-hmm. But half the time they had the belts at the same time, so it looked like they're both like these, or all three of them are like these massive championship winners. But like when Ric Flair was doing it, when Hogan was doing it, there was one.
Right.
There was one belt. Ric Flair wasn't champion when they had 2 belts, 2 main titles.
True. Okay.
He did it in 2 different companies. Mm-hmm. But both of those companies only had 1 belt. But anyways, yeah, so that's tough. But I'd go Brock since 2010. I would do John Cena because he has more from 2000 to 2010. And then I guess it'd be Shawn Michaels. Maybe I can't think of the 90s if there's somebody in there that I'm missing.
I don't
in the
know
90s.
Them, so I can't help you.
That had a bunch. I know Shawn Michaels won championships, but I don't think he got big until after he kicked Marty Jannetty, and I think that was like in 95 or something.
But Lisa says, that's a good argument. You may have to add Edge possibly for the 2000s.
Oh, was he in that? All those damn belts. Those 2 championship belts just watered down that era. But yeah, you're right. Edge could definitely be in there. I would like to say Triple H for the 90s, but I don't think Triple H was winning championships until like 98. And that's too much of a push. But yeah, I'd have to look to see who had the most belts or whatever in the 90s for WWE. Diesel, Razor Ramon. Still think those guys were mid to late.
Let's see. So, Robbie says Gonzalez is going to rip Nia a new a-hole when their tag match happens. Ha ha. Fat Lisa like, that was a good argument. Chris Connie says we need to bring back the big gold belt. Guy
yes,
says,
Ric Flair's belt.
Did you guys hear that Sammy Guevara report yesterday?
Yeah, so he's in a little bit of trouble, isn't he? So Chris Jericho had a great idea for Chris Jericho, I guess. Chris Jericho and Tony Khan got together and decided to send Sammy Guevara. Remember when he left last Wednesday and he says, I'm going to take a break from this place?
Yeah.
That was the storyline to send him to Impact. So he was going to be an Impact. Well, when he got to Impact, he didn't want to be an Impact and he wanted like creative control. This is obviously reports. This isn't me talking. Anyways, he wanted creative control, which ended up pissing off Chris Jericho. So Jericho told Khan, and Jericho called Dan Colin, whatever his name is.
Right.
Called him and told him that Sammy Guevara is not to appear on Impact. And then he called Sammy Guevara and told Sammy Guevara to go home. That's Jericho. So he did not show up on Impact on Tuesday.
Oh.
Or is not going to show up on Impact this Tuesday.
Oh.
But this could all be part of the storyline too, guys. So like, but that's what's happening is right now that Guevara's in trouble through management. Possibly.
Right now.
Also the inner circle stuff. It could definitely be part of the show.
Fat Lisa's like Bret Hart, HBK for sure in the 90s. As Luke said, 90s includes Bret Hart. And Tom's like Bret Hart. Ravi's like not a fan of Cena.
I was thinking Bret. I was thinking Bret Hart, but when was the Montreal Screwjob? Wasn't that in the mid? What date was the Montreal Screwjob? Because that was the last time he had a championship. And if that was like in 97 or something, then he was in the tag team division in the first part of the 90s because I remember him being with the British Bulldogs. And that would have been at least until like, 93? So he had a 4-year run. But I guess if he had a 4-year run, that's big enough because we can't find anybody in the 90s. That's the only reason I wouldn't have said Bret the Hitman Hart. Plus, I have a hard time, and I say it every time I'm on here, it seems like, with Vince and tag teams. He broke up the Rockers, he broke up the British Bulldogs, and he broke up the Hart Foundation. And all three of them were three of my favorite tag teams of all time.
Chris says 98.
So, yeah, he had like a good 4-year run or so. When did the Bulldogs break up? When were the British Bulldogs no longer a tag team? Not the British Bulldogs, sorry, the Hart Foundation.
Oh. Janelle says NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day looks better than Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it was. That was a great pay-per-view. 5 matches, right to the point, all long, very good matches. About 2.5 hours, I think.
Fatley says it's like Hart Foundation.
Yeah, when did the Hart Foundation break up? Jim the Anvil Neidhart. You know, The Undertaker was there. He was there in since 92. So, I mean, The Undertaker would make the most sense to pick for the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know how many championships he won in the 90s, though, but I know he came there around 92, 93. Maybe even 91. There was a thing, 30 years or something. The Undertaker wasn't there? Didn't we just watch a celebration on it or something? Was it 30 years?
Mm-hmm. Guy Dustin's like, are you guys doing Elimination Chamber predictions this Saturday?
We are definitely planning on it, yes. Hopefully we can just flow right through it. We have not been able to do it, what's it called, Smoothly? Seamless.
Without hiccups. Seamlessly. Looks like Bret Hart had 5 title runs in the 90s for 635 days, the highest for a star in the 90s.
There you go. So you could definitely pick the former tag team champion, Bret the Hitman Hart, for the 90s best.
Yeah.
And I'd be okay with that. I'm not going to argue that. It's better than Shawn Michaels, so I'm good there. I was trying to throw The Undertaker in there, Luke. Seriously.
Oh, it looks like Taker only won the belt twice in the 90s. The
Oh,
rest
wow.
were in the 2000s. So there you go.
I don't know how many times he even had the belt.
You could have Bret Hart for the 90s, Taker for the 2000s.
No.
Just kidding.
You can't do Taker for the 2000s because there's
Too many
John
others?
Cena had too many.
Oh.
Triple H had too many. You're talking about 15, 16-time champions.
Fat Lisa's like, Bret Hart won his first title against Ric Flair in SummerSlam 92.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they were already dismantling the tag teams in the early 90s.
We are still in... Did you press
Drew
play?
McIntyre, I did. Drew
We're
McIntyre, AJ Styles still going, so we're still in the second match of this gauntlet
match that they're having.
And all 6 men are going to be wrestling in this, so...
So we've only seen AJ Styles and Kofi. AJ took
Beat
out
Kofi.
Kofi. And
Was it
then,
Kip
of
up?
course, Drew McIntyre came down as the third person, which is so weird. You would think he would come down as the last. And so
I think they might have something planned back in that end, though.
They're beating the poop out of each other. So we still have Sheamus
Yes.
and Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
I guess the right Hardy.
And Randy Orton.
Good for me. And Randy Orton to come down.
Still to come.
Still to come.
So we're at the halfway point, I guess you could say.
Yeah, well, they better hurry up.
Although 2 of them started the match, so we're not really at the halfway point.
Because they don't have that much time left in the whole show.
About 30 minutes.
Fat Lisa says, honestly, 2000s, they stopped the long-time reign passing titles like hot potatoes.
Yes, and had 2 belts, so they could pass out twice as many. That's why you've got guys that have 15 and 16 championships. I wish they wouldn't have done that so we could have an honest, or what we should do, which would be kind of a fun thing, is for all of you guys at home to go look at their title reigns and who was champions at the same time, and then go, okay, who was more popular and how would they have done the titles, and see how many championships John Cena would have really ended up with if there was 1 belt, how many titles Randy Orton would have ended up with if they were 1 belt, how many Triple H would have ended up with if there was 1 belt, how many Edge would have got if there was 1 belt.
Right.
Because you might not have seen Edge win 1. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been like, well, it's either got to be Randy or Triple H or John Cena, so we can't even put 1 on Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and maybe he could win it once or twice. Or maybe John Cena would have only won it once or twice. Or however they would have done it. Because some of them did win it into 11, 12, 13, 14, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Randy Orton just won it the other day. Was that November?
Looks like he had the belt 7 times, but he had the top 8 of the top 10 championship matches by fan votes in the 2000s. So I'll give it to him for the 2000s. That includes Taker versus Batista, Taker versus Orton, Taker versus Edge, Taker versus Triple H, Taker versus Batista, Taker versus Edge at Hell in a Cell. That's the top 7.
That's tough, though, to put him over John Cena.
Fat Lisa says, yeah, the brand split was a major game changer.
Yeah.
Chris Akane says, Taker had the title 8 times, I think. 92, 97, 99, 02, 07, 09, 10, and 11.
Lots. But all of them were in that short little window.
Mm-hmm.
So possibly he might be the guy. And I'm overlooking him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying the other 4 and just overlooking the Taker. Which probably isn't the wise thing to do.
Oh, they can't even get up. Oh, sad.
Both of them are crippled up.
They're like, I can't even do my job. AJ's like, all right, I got some gumption here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to draw this up. My little thing. I can do
Dear
it on my whiteboard. Just draw it up. And write their title reigns and their months and all that. And see who would have been champion over who.
Right.
If there was only one. Oh, Claymore, that's it. AJ Styles is done. Stick a fork in him.
He finally got a Claymore out. It took him forever. I don't know if he did another one earlier.
We'll hit him with a couple. Here comes Jeff Hardy.
And it's Hardy. So does that mean... Oh, excuse me. So does that mean it's going to be Orton and then Sheamus?
No, I would assume... Wow, shit, that's so tough. It possibly could be, but I would assume that if it's Orton last, it's to close it down with the Fiend storyline. But they might have already got that out of the way.
Fatley says your comment is an oxymoron. Ew, the Enigma versus Drew Sweet.
Ew, the Enigma.
Looks like, but when Taker had the belt, he always had months-long runs. He didn't ever hot potato the belt aside from his first title ever when he beat Hogan. Yeah, I wouldn't know how long his reigns were because I know nothing about it.
Yeah. Got to start writing those down. At first, I got to find out when they added the second championship, which either was a brand split or when they brought WCW in. Mm. I think that's when it first happened, is when they brought WCW in. But I could be wrong, so I'll definitely have to be researching this stuff. Oh, wow. Drew had to jump under him. He's like, shit, dude, I'm not there.
He's like, I'm too tired.
We've seen that twice tonight. Guys have to run under the move. Like, oh, shit, I'm supposed to be getting hit.
It's like, I'm tired. Dude.
Just like, I'm going to paint my face really green for an hour gauntlet match. Usually that shit's all gone off his face by the end of the match. Mm-hmm. Little baseball slide kick right there. Just getting sexy in the corner. Oh! Big clothesline.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, he does this sexy, like, hip swivel shake.
That's just weird. Fat Lisa's like, Shane, Big Show, and Kane never had lengthy runs. Chris is like, Jeff, one more title shot versus Edge TLC match. Oh, yes, let's have the geriatrics together in there.
Would you be nice?
No.
It's going to be the Big Show.
Geriatric.
The Big Show versus Edge for the title at WrestleMania.
Could you imagine the size of his walker?
It's got
Edge
Bigfoot
is
tires
a rascal. On it. Big Show with his walker coming down. I'll get you!
With like big go-kart tires on them.
He forgets what he's doing for a second. Get off my lawn!
That's not what they say.
Oh. Yeah, it is. But Lisa's like, after Booker T lost the WCW title to The Rock and they had that tournament to have Y2J become the first unified champion.
And he won that. That was awesome, by the way. There's no way, if you would have asked before that tournament started, that you wouldn't think it was going to be Stone Cold or The Rock that was going to win that tournament. And fucking Jericho beat both of them. pinned both of them that night.
Wow.
He beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin that night. I was so excited, and I hated Chris Jericho more than any other wrestler in the world. And all my buddies loved Jericho, and I was like, how do you even like this guy? He's a cruiserweight. But you got to remember, I was only watching WCW, so when he left WCW, he was a cruiserweight. And he went over to WWF and was like a top guy. But I didn't know it at the time because I didn't watch WWF. And so I was just like, so they pushed a cruiserweight to be good? And now obviously Jericho does fine. I like him, but at the time I was just like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. So it took me about 12 years to like Chris Jericho.
Well, some of his gimmicks are pretty funny.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well,
you just made the list! That's actually pretty funny. Big E in our chat's like, I have Drew McIntyre. Do you? You have him?
yeah, he's going to be the one that wins. That's who he's picking.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have him in his collection.
I thought he had him in his pocket or something. Weird. But at least like, LOL, how can you like this Hoosier from Manitoba, eh?
Right, eh? He's a Canadian, seriously. What's wrong with you people, eh? Kyle Lott in his Harley, me riding my bullet bike. I'm like, I don't even understand how you can like him. He's good. Just watch him wrestle. I was like, I do watch him wrestle. I've been watching wrestling for 30 years. I was 20.
Biggie said they had Kofi Kingston. Yeah.
Oh, you were
got
picking
eliminated
Kofi.
quick.
Yeah, but he had that hurt knee from
Yeah.
earlier in the night against The Miz.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one for him to beat all 6 of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Or 5, I guess there's 6 guys in there. But Kofi is one of my favorites. He honestly became my favorite face for the last 30 years, maybe,
Yeah.
to be champion. 2 years ago when he won it at WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
I slowly kept growing as a fan. Like, every week, I was like, this dude's doing it right. He's the best face champion they've had for forever.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to have Drew pay attention to what Kofi was doing.
Yeah.
Instead of just being vanilla,
Yeah, true.
you got to be cool.
Gotta have some sprinkles, buddy. Give it a little excitement.
A unicorn, but not unicorn. We don't want him to get sick.
You already
but-
got that.
No, I'm talking about the actual unicorn. Kofi Kingston unicorn stuff.
You don't want him to be happy?
Pancake power.
You don't want to throw some pancake power around?
It's exactly what he needs. He wears black shorts and he talks tough.
Yeah.
That's not what face champions do.
Right.
I mean, he does have a little blue in his pants, but
He wears a kilt. That's pretty, powerful statement.
yeah. There's a kick out. Jeff Hardy. That was before the commercial break. I watched that. He got sexy right before that. They didn't show the sexy part.
Why didn't they show that part?
I guess they just didn't want the women to be involved.
Ew. That's gross.
Or the Happy Boys. Big forearm right there. Chokes him across the top rope.
His pants bother me because they're like high watered a little bit, so it
Jeff's?
creeps me out.
Yeah, because he'd step on him. Did you ever wear skater pants like that?
No. But if I wore pants like that, they were long.
Yeah, then you step on them and they come off. Like
Oh.
literally pulls them down a little
That's why
bit.
you wear a belt.
So it hurts your hips?
So it doesn't come off your butt.
Yeah, they're in a match and he has a belt on. You just cut them shorter and then they just kind of like mop the floor as you're walking. They're like bell bottoms. We call them skater pants in the day. Look at that. Oh, belly to belly.
Ugh,
Are you watching?
unfortunately.
What do you mean, unfortunately? You don't like Jeff? Oh, neck breaker. Kip up. Oh, Drew's trying to wake himself up. That's what Dalethea needs to do. Smack yourself. It's all over.
No.
Like ODB, old dirty bitch. That's what she does. She smacks her boobies. Like hard. Kind of like Nikki Cross does. Nikki Cross does that too.
Yeah. But Lisa's like, Hardy is an emo Jim Carrey from The Mask tonight.
Right. That's exactly what I was trying to think of. It is The Mask. I was like, what show is that?
The movie.
And he's got like a bark face thing on. But it is. It's The Mask. Jeff Hardy almost moved on.
He did. He almost, but don't think it's going to happen. But he almost got it.
But almost doesn't count in wrestling.
No.
All right, Jeff Hardy getting ready to end this. Kicks him. Twist of Faith. No, McIntyre gets out of it. Hits him with a big DDT.
Ugh.
1, 2, and 3. No! Jeff kicks out.
He kicked out of it.
The former Willow. Just turn into a willow and whip him. Oh, what you
Like
do with
a
willows?
tree?
Oh, wait. Is that what you whip people with? Is a willow?
Yes.
Like pussy willow?
No. Not like that.
Like a stick that moves?
Yeah. They're willows. But they're not.
They call it a switch.
Yeah. It's a switch.
Not a switchblade. You don't want to stab them, but a little suplex on the outside. Could both of them get counted out?
Would that be weird?
That would be the way to do it. Then McIntyre can lose, but not really.
Right?
They're already at a 5 count.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Jeff got back in
with some help.
with a 7 count. So that was almost it. You're not going to pin
Guy
him.
Dawson's like, ODB joke, Travis Ellie. You always make my day, especially with that Braun Strowman comment yesterday.
The Finn Balor, the coup de grace. That's funny. Braun Strowman could kill a guy.
Could.
like Keith Lee coming off the top with the coup de grace. You're like, no!
Especially if it was some little guy. Oh my god, that'd be terrifying. Like you are the little guy and you have this big guy.
Have you ever
coming
seen
at you.
Old School?
Yes.
And at the end when they have to do the
Yes.
the competition stuff.
Yes.
And then one guy has to do the gymnastics. And they send the smallest little Indian kid to the other side to spot him. Like, just catch him if he falls.
What?
He's like, me? He's like, yeah. You got a problem with that? By the way, my favorite comedian.
Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy. Yeah, you got a problem with that? He's such a dick. All right, Drew McIntyre all the way up to the top. Jeff Hardy's going to get hurt right here. Jeff Hardy's like, I'm getting too old for this shit, dude. Fuck, you got to be kidding me. Here we go. Bam! Suplex off the top rope. Jeff Hardy. 2 and 3. No, Jeff kicked out.
Oh, you got to try harder, Drew.
Drew's like, seriously, I'm going unorthodox. It's not even a thing I normally do, and I can't win. How about you just hit him with a claymore and end it like a normal?
I can't do this. This is like the Elimination Chamber. It's just not going to happen for me. Oh.
Maybe he'll do that off the top of the cage. Remember last year, that one guy hanged from the top of the cage? Was that one of the Lucha House Party guys? Like Dorado or something?
I think so.
And he
maybe.
dropped all the way down.
He did. I'm pretty sure it was one of them.
Here it comes. Claymore.
40 minutes. Oh, he missed.
And by the way, it might be 40 minutes, guys, at home, but we've only been 25 minutes on air. Oh, Jeff's taking his clothes off.
Oh.
He's going for the twist of fate.
He's getting all serious.
Going up top. He's going to hit him with the swanton or swanton or whatever he calls it. He's got it right here. Woo! Oh, Drew
ouch.
trying to break his neck. Pulled up his knees.
Jesus.
Lacey should have learned something. You can't get pregnant if you hold a quarter between your knees. Guess maybe a doggy style. I don't know. There's a Claymore.
Oh, he finally got one out. Biggie wants to Wrestling Gab. Who do you have?
In this match?
In the
or
gauntlet
this
stuff?
weekend?
Or Elimination Chamber stuff?
Drew McIntyre's winning tonight unless he gets counted out or disqualified. Because they don't have Drew lose. But I have a feeling something else is going to happen. because we could definitely see Sheamus Claymore, or hit him with the
bro kick.
Bro kick at the very end and end it.
Oh, we got Orton next.
See, Sheamus is going to be last.
Which is weird, but I guess Orton could be distracted by some bliss action.
Something
Freaks him out. He gets freaked out really easily, so...
I mean, because we've only got 14 minutes left. Unless they go over. If they have permission to go over, it makes a little bit of sense. But this match alone, right here, these two, could last 35 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew. Let's see you go, Andy.
But they are taking their sweet-ass time. Look how slow he's walking. He walks slower than Ric Flair.
He's like, well, I feel old today. Commercial!
I stopped it.
Yay, commercial. Guy Dawson's like, who do you guys have for SmackDown Chamber this Sunday?
We will be doing our prediction show on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's all in all the matches, so I don't want to speculate. But we do not have a women's Elimination Chamber match, so we all lose. Asuka doesn't want to be relevant. They could have done a Raw one. There's plenty of women on Raw. SmackDown and stuff.
Somebody else in there. So they aren't doing an Elimination Chamber at all for the women?
None. Nothing. There's no stories for the women. That's like, women's division doesn't exist.
Javier's like, Drew is winning today, and Sunday he is going to lose.
You got Drew losing the title, huh? 50 days away from WrestleMania? Damn. Do you think Drew will even wrestle at WrestleMania if he loses the title next weekend? Okay, it might happen one more time. I promise I'll never eat any more of your friends. Okay, it might happen one more time.
Fat Lace is like, is Sasha defending her title then?
Against who? There's no storylines. There's no women's storylines. Who would she wrestle? Bianca? No, that'll happen at Mania. Carmella? There's nothing happening there anymore. Asuka's wrestling? No. Charlotte wrestling? No. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax? Possibly against Naomi and Lana. There's a little bit of a storyline going right there.
Yeah.
No storylines for the women.
Right.
None. Not on either channel right now.
Okay.
That's crazy, guys.
Fat Lace is like, hope not another Carmella match.
That's it. That would be the closest thing that they would possibly have to a storyline. And Carmella hasn't talked to her at all. And the only thing was the, what's his name? Reginald has been helping Sasha a little bit, like bringing her bubbly and stuff. Like he's almost moved over to her instead of Carmella. But
he's a simp.
Yeah, he's simping on
both of them. Guy Dawson's like, probably Fat Laces. Maybe.
I mean, they got to do a women's match. They got to do something for women. That would be weird if they had a whole pay-per-view without anything for the women. But what would it be? There's, like I said, there's nothing really going on except for the women's tag team match.
Yeah.
I mean, Lacey was supposed to wrestle Asuka, so it wasn't like they didn't have something planned for the women. Kind of forgot about that one.
Oh.
But if she's really pregnant, then that's not happening.
Well, I just don't see why she would announce on Twitter and WWE announcing it.
I like to wait and see, but we'll see. I mean, I'm sure she is. If it's announced. Did you read anything?
She didn't have any updates on their Instagram, but I don't go to their Twitters, so I don't know.
I don't use Twitter either.
Sheamus could win this Sunday and face Drew at Mania to give Drew a Mania moment in crowds.
Absolutely. With a crowd, because there's supposed to be a crowd there. We'll see how things play out. Like I said, we still have 54 days, so a lot can change in 54 days. Mm-hmm. Since now there's 7 strains of the same virus in America.
It's everywhere. I don't know why everybody thinks it's not.
Okay, these two are just kicking
Hey,
each
Randy
other's
Orton
trash.
finally made it to the ring, though.
It takes him a while. He walks a little bit slower than Rick.
Yeah.
But Rick's a soon-to-be father, so
Ew.
he's got a little bit more of a swagger in his step, you know. His twig and two berries are still working. Throws him into the barricade on the outside. That's what I was saying. That they started to go dark.
Uh-huh.
What would be crazy if it popped up right there?
There she is. She's on the screen.
Oh, she's on all the
everywhere.
screens. She got on all the Thunderdome screens. We can't get on any of them.
Bliss. You lucky
Look, she's
girl.
even on the top.
She's everywhere.
Holy crap, there's a lot of her. Look, he's getting counted out.
He's got 8.
That's
9.
silly. And 10. Randy has been counted out.
Well, you knew that had to happen.
Yeah, they wanted to embarrass him.
Mm-hmm.
Here he comes. Here comes Sheamus.
They're no longer friends.
It would be better if there was an RKO and then Sheamus came in and bro kicked him and beat him and then won. That would be the better ending.
Right.
Because then they could save the actual fighting
Right.
for later.
Poor Randy. He's still all messed up. He's like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Is there going to be a double count out? Or are they not going to do a count out on this one? Because it doesn't matter. It was only if Randy was outside the ring.
Oh, maybe.
Because it's been over 10 seconds.
Randy was out.
Unless they haven't rang the bell because he hasn't been in the match yet.
I don't know. He was in there, though. He came from the other side and came through the...
Yeah, but did the referee hurry and ring the bell?
I don't know. Chris Okane's like, Bliss party. Right?
There was a lot of blisses.
She was everywhere.
She was cloned.
She was very happy about it, too.
I bet our stalker was like, which one? Which one?
Yeah,
He didn't know which
had
one to
no
stalk.
idea what to do with himself. Looks like, and the good thing about Bliss on the screens means she probably didn't even have to go to the arena to do that.
Yeah, she just drew a pentagon in her hotel bathroom.
Pretended it was the...
Hey, we need candles and
Playground.
crayons.
Guy Dawson says,
They haven't
Lacey
started the
Evans
match
is
yet.
technically Charlotte Flair's stepmother.
Yes.
Is she?
Yeah, of course she is. She's got her freaking brother in her belly right now.
Oh, God.
Or her sister, one of the two.
Jeez.
It's like a new read. Oh!
It's official.
It is official. I had the timer going anyways because it still counts. I could have stopped it and been nitpicky like that, guys. But I did not. And we are right at 31 minutes of wrestling time.
Like, I don't quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Sheamus,
giving up.
I just think they could have played this better and saved the actual wrestling for the Elimination Chamber. Had Randy RKO him after he got counted out. And then Sheamus bro kick him and pin him. And then it would show that he's vulnerable. And it would save the actual fighting for the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
But WWE does their own storylines.
Yeah, they do weird stuff. They like to do storylines, but sometimes they're not very good. Roberta was like, wow, that looks like a horror movie. Yeah? Pretty spooky, huh?
Some information that I did not have last night. I know this has nothing to do with this match, but Finn Balor's move is the 1916. That is the year that Ireland fought for their independence and beat England or whatever. So that's what the 1916 stands for. They got their independence. Their uprising against the United Kingdom there.
United Kingdom.
So that's why his move is the 1916.
Yes, Roberta. We figured you were talking about all the little blisses out there.
Lots of blisses. This is very blissful.
She was out there in
Except
droves.
for Randy. Randy wasn't in too much of a
Randy
bliss
didn't
state.
seem to like it. He seemed a little freaked out.
Well, she was simping on him. hard. Like
so
4
freaked
million
out.
faces.
Looks like at this point, the writers of General Hospital could write Raw better than most of us. Considering they've been at it for 50-something years, I think they kind of know what they're doing.
Tori Spelling's dad, he knew what he was doing. I mean, he was on to something. He made Beverly Hills 90210 for crap's sake. Part of my childhood right there. Although those guys were older than me. That little crew.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of them, we get to see the son of one of them wrestle on Wednesday.
Yes.
Old Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Glasnow kicks right into a future shock DDT, which I don't like the name of it, so I'm just going to call it a DDT.
That's just weird.
It's a little bit different than a normal DDT, but
Javier's
like a chicken wing
Bliss
DDT.
Is weird. Is she though?
A little bit. I mean, she was standing in a pentagon in a bathroom in a hotel room somewhere. So, yeah, she's weird. And then the fan turned on somehow and blew it all over.
Mm-hmm. Chris is like, Braun will come out and interfere.
Braun? That would be interesting. I know he wanted a spot. Maybe Braun will take Orton's spot because Orton will get attacked by a burnt figure from hell.
Ew.
A resurrected phoenix.
Yeah.
I can talk, I promise.
Guy Dawson hopes so because he misses him, so he hopes that happens. Roberto Lozano's like, y'all have a good night. I'm going to watch Raw Talk after WWE Raw.
There you go. That's a good show.
Do that. Sounds
Did
like
they
a
say
good
who was
plan.
going to be on it? I didn't see any. They usually advertise quite a few times, but maybe
know
I
if I
wasn't
saw
paying a lot of
anything.
attention tonight. You notice both of these guys have the same finisher
They kick people?
in the face. One's called the Claymore, one's called the Bro Kick, but they're exactly the same thing.
They're like, we're brothers. No, we're not.
I guess Drew
Stop missing
McIntyre
my
kind of
move.
does like a drop kick one, though. He kind of lifts both feet up when he does it. Where Sheamus just does one.
Right.
It's funny how my mind used to think when I was younger. Remember, like how I would make fun of Sheamus's arms, how short they were? I was like, how do you masturbate? Because he can't reach his waist. It's kind of like Otis. I don't think like that anymore. Maybe it's because I do the show, but like, how do you touch yourself?
Ew.
Right? But notice how short his arms are.
TMI. TMI.
There it is! The Bro Kick right in the center of the ring! 1, 2, and 3! Got it! He did it! They actually had Sheamus win!
Beat him.
Holy
Wow.
shit! Straight up!
Pause your stuff.
35
He's
minutes.
gonna be the last entrant in the Elimination Chamber. Ooh. That's funny.
Wow.
Mina McIntyre's like, no. Guy Dawson's like, when does Jinder Mahal come back, guys?
I wish it was sooner than later. He did wrestle the other day. For the spectacle.
The spectacle.
And that's 1, 2. So 65. There was 65 minutes of wrestling tonight.
An hour and 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Javier's like, we need 3MB back. 3-man band. The odds-on favorite, huh? I mean, it's like, if I lose my champion belt, I am never coming back. Oh.
Sheamus is going to be the last one out there, and then he's got to wrestle The Miz if he does win.
Probably won't be that hard.
Well, he'll be exhausted.
He's the last one out.
Boy, that doesn't mean anything. But those all of them will still be in the match. Holy crap. 65 full minutes of wrestling, and it was just because of a gauntlet match.
Yeah.
But we got 65 minutes of wrestling out of a 3-hour show.
That's pretty sad.
That's 1/3 of the show was wrestling. The other 2/3 was talking and commercials. So it's not too bad.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you want, right? You go to a movie in the theater, you want at least, 1/3 of the show to be the show and the other 2/3 to be something else.
No, that's not usually what want. I usually want the 3 hours to be the movie.
You want to work 40 hours a week and get paid for 1/3 of your time, right? Like, that's normal.
Yeah, that's it. I got definitely. Bye, guys. See you on Wednesday. Yes, and on that note, thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight to watch Raw.
For 65 minutes of
For
wrestling.
3 hours of other things.
It did make it more exciting, so I will be timing other shows. Raw's a tough one to get through for 3 hours.
It is.
Especially when you have to talk pretty much the whole time.
Especially when it's only 65 minutes of action.
65 minutes.
This time. Who knows?
So
what the next
basically,
one- let's see what the average is.
if I talked during the wrestling and you read during the non-wrestling, you would work 2/3 more than I will. For equal pay.
Ah, sweet. Of nothing. Anyways, we did have Evil Bot, and there's like
Hey,
3
Evil Bot.
hours of the show. 3 hours of the show of nothing. All right, anyways. Thanks,
Maybe
everybody,
next
for-
week I will do just recap timing. Well, that's what I should do is just get a bunch of watches and just be like.
Evil Bot's like, Sheamus won or someone else? Well, Sheamus won the gauntlet match tonight, so I don't know.
I am going to go through the history of the titles. I'm going to start writing it down. I'm going to try to go through it by this week and see if I can't figure this title thing out that we were talking about, though. I'm kind of excited about that. And then, I mean, I'm not going to be the one that comes on and say, hey, this is what would have happened. But we can do a show or do something along that line and say who would win. John Cena and Triple H were champion at the same time. This was in 2004. You know, John Cena was, you know, who would have been the champion if there was only one. And then we can just kind of maybe narrow it down and see who would have been champion. Luke would have been like, it would just been Undertaker the whole time.
Anyway.
I'm just teasing. Got to be non-biased.
Yes, we will be here on Sunday for Elimination Chamber pay-per-view this Sunday, the 21st.
It'll be easy for me to be non-biased because Hulk Hogan wasn't champion in any of those. So
I don't know any of them, so.
yeah, that Shawn Michaels will be in there. See, so she will be like, well, it won't be Shawn. I know that for sure.
Anyways, we're going to say goodnight. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching Wrestling Gab. We will see you on Wednesday for Dynamite and NXT. NXT will have the what's happened at the pay-per-view, so we'll have the little
Some follow-up,
hangover. We're
what's
going to see what
happening
happened with the Inner Circle or whatever they're called. The
in the Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era. O'Reilly and Adam Cole. See what's happening there.
Yes.
And the kidnapping. We witnessed a kidnapping live.
Yes, we did.
And nothing came
happened.
out of it.
No, nobody
So we're going to
knows.
find out. So maybe Austin Theory is in the back of a van with duct tape.
Maybe.
We don't know. But anyways, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.